Alright, so we're live. I'm gonna change this real quick. How many days to Halloween? 6? Yeah. Huh? 6 days to Halloween. Today, I'm gonna spend the beginning time of the stream to organize. Oh, damn it. Organize my Pokemon cards for tomorrow. There's a little show going on. What's going on with this?
Today, I'm finally going to be opening up about the psychological and domestic abuse, stalking and harassment, sexual assault, and threats of blackmail that Ms. Kip has done towards me, and some of these issues which are still ongoing. For the entirety of this year, I have attempted to separate myself from him and not talk about him at all, and not talk about this issue and just not make it a public thing. I always tried my best to keep this to myself.
Oof.
But
hell?
like I said, I feel like it's gone to the point, which I'll explain later, that I feel like it just has to be done. And I have always believed in not condemning people or starting drama online.
I thought that was
So I
great.
think a lot of people are going to be asking, why am I doing this?
Mrs.
And why
Dun.
now?
What the hell?
And I would like to explain that before I get started, so that people understand what prompted me to do this today, and that it's not just on a whim or something like that. Okay, so, like I said, I took a lot of notes, so forgive me if I just end up reading off my notes. The first and probably most severe reason is that one of the rules that I set for myself a long time ago about withholding this information was that if I ever felt like somebody else was in danger of being hurt, I would then make myself speak about it. And 2 weeks ago, actually 3 weeks ago now, I was informed by 3 separate people, one of whom was present for said incident, that he had done something similar to something that he had done to me, and someone in LA at the end of September. And this person is not a streamer or content creator, but obviously that does not matter. And because of this, I cannot in good conscience sit here knowing that I know critical information about someone that almost no one else does and not say anything. I think that most issues and dramas should stay private and off the internet, and I still hold that belief to this day, and I will hold that belief going forward. However, there are certain things that cross the line, and I say that the line has been crossed too many times to be counted. There's a point where I believe that people deserve to know. I think that at a certain point, if you know a lot of things about someone and you don't say anything to look out for others, it's wrong. It's wrong to keep it to yourself. I don't want what happened to me or what has happened to other people because of him to happen to other people. And I don't believe he will ever stop behaving the way he does. But regardless, yeah, like I said, one of the main reasons I decided to do this stream is to come out about all of this, because I can't hold on to it any longer, because it feels wrong to do so. And an honorable mention reason for why I'm doing this is that for a while, he has been indirectly threatening me through my friends and people that I work with. They've informed me that he said that if I ever talked about anything he did, he would try to create a smear campaign against me in retaliation. I was told that he even approached other streamers who were close with us back when we lived together, asking them if they would join with him, and they all refused. At TwitchCon, he approached
I wasn't one of them.
threatening them and saying if I ever talked about him, he would destroy me.
Yep.
Multiple people have told me that his plan was to claim that I kill animals and that I killed my own rabbits, since I had several of my rabbits pass away over the course of 3 years while I lived with him.
Is this fake?
No, it's true.
I'm sure he's probably listening now, and it's
don't think
probably
she'll
going to
fuck
come
around
as
with
quite
that.
a shock to him that this information made its way back to me and that I've known for months. But if you try to threaten me to stay quiet, especially using my poor dead animals, I'm not going to stay quiet.
A lot of people keep fucking with her.
It's not.
She.
So now that I've explained all the reasons why this took so long and why I
That's
made the
great.
decision
Yeah.
to do this stream, I have a few more things I would like to get out of the way before
That's why I do want to call.
I start talking about all of this.
It's not about me.
The way that I'm gonna do this today is I'm gonna run through everything from the beginning to the end to try to get across the story as accurately and fully as I can. And, hold on.
This is crazy.
Hold on.
Wrong one.
I just saw this. I was like, what is this?
Oh.
We're going to be showing a few screenshots
Oh.
validating what I'm saying.
Ugh.
I have more things, but this is what I felt comfortable using today. And I will be running through those later.
Receipts, of course.
Another thing that I'd like to mention before I start is that during my statement, I'm going to be mentioning directly the names of about half a dozen other creators who were present for certain things. And I want to say that none of these people did anything wrong. I'm just saying that they were there, and I've asked all of them permission. They all said that it was fine to include their names, but I know this won't stop everyone, but I ask people, for the streamers that I mentioned, please don't go bothering them or asking them for more information. If there's something else that they want to say, they'll say it themselves, so there's no point to go pester them and bother them about it. There are also streamers who gave me permission to share things that they relayed to me privately, but asked me to redact their names, which I, of course, did. And the last thing that I want to make clear is that not every person that I interact with or that I'm friends with knew the extent of all of these things. And in fact, most of them didn't. And some of them didn't even know anything at all. I tried to keep things private with my close friends, but if anyone during the past year ever approached me asking questions, I didn't lie and I told them the truth. But, yeah, I don't want there to be some kind of witch hunt like, oh, no, you knew and this, no. A lot of people, you know, didn't know everything or didn't know anything. Okay. I think that's,
I'll talk about my
all that I have to get out of the way.
in the context of
Start.
like things that she says after, but not right now.
So, this is public information. I initially moved in. Sorry. I'm still sick, like I said. This is all public, obviously this part. I moved in with him, I believe it was the end of 2021, because he offered. I was living alone at the time, and I was having stalker issues in Kansas, and I mean, you guys know like all the stuff that happened there. I ended up joining the org and everything. We did a lot of streams together. And, I mean, a lot of people already know this, but I'm just gonna come out and say it. We, started dating. We were in a relationship starting January 2022,
I didn't even know that.
after I joined OTK.
Oh, she was gay.
I'm not planning to go into too much detail about the start of the relationship because it honestly doesn't really matter at this point. It's irrelevant now. The only things that really matter that you guys need to know for the story are that it was, one, an extremely private relationship. It was even hidden from friends and people.
Yeah,
in the
she didn't
org,
tell
but,
us.
I mean, obviously people all eventually
Yeah.
figured out they're not fucking stupid. And second, it was an extremely codependent relationship, which it's not the issue, but that's just, you know, making that clear for details. He initially portrayed himself to me as someone who was very nice to girls and wanted to help me feel safe from stalkers and wanted me to succeed as a teammate. And we grew very close over time, and I was very dependent on him for feelings of safety, social life, like my stream, my job, everything. So yeah, besides it being a very codependent relationship, the start of it was fine. I saw a lot of people mentioning this. They thought this was what I was going to talk about. It's not a secret. I think everyone who paid attention knew that he was very controlling over what I wore, to a degree, who I was friends with, and even when I would stream.
Yep.
So when it was definitely slow over time that bad things started happening. At the start, it would be things like, for example, he would throw bottles, like plastic bottles with liquid in it, not like glass bottles, at me, despite me telling him like I didn't like it and it scared me and I bruised very easily.
The fuck?
He would throw his phone at me. I would tell him, you know, it scared me, I don't like it. And one time it even hit me in the eye, which caused me to get a black eye, but he always, you know, was like, oh, it's an accident, and I was like, oh yeah, it's an accident, like, you know, of course I'm not gonna think that, you know, he's, yeah, I just,
This is the beginning, by the way.
at the time, I just kind of was,
How did everyone's quiet about that?
looking back now, I feel like that was kind of the start of him testing my boundaries, if that makes sense.
Maybe they all wanted us. I mean, release, not theirs.
So that was already kind of starting to show signs within the first 6 months of me and him being close. And then, again, a very public situation. The end of 2022, the cover-up allegations happened. I mean, yeah, like I said, all that's public. You can find all that, see like what I said during that, everything. After that happened, his behavior started getting a lot worse, which, I mean, I suppose it makes sense. You know, he was very stressed. A lot of stuff was happening, but the bad behavior was ramping up, and I feel like it's so apparent if, like, you know, you go back and watch anything from that time. I tried so hard to help him and be there for him because I really believed in him, and I wanted him to, you know, get better and get back on his feet and be the person that, you know, I always believed that he was. But that, unfortunately, did not really happen. For a long time, I think about 1.5 years from when that all happened, it was kind of like slow things getting worse, but I mean, honestly, I'm not even gonna bother going into the details of all of that because there's just too much to cover, and
I know he's doing like a West Coast
honestly
thing.
kind of not really relevant to the rest of what I'm
Podcast.
saying. The rest of what I want to say is a little worse.
24-hour stream.
I think he's about to off himself.
There was a point where
He said that accusation alone the last time made him suicidal.
like it felt like,
Jesus.
you know, like a very delicate branch just kind of snapped. So, and again, a lot of people are like vaguely aware of this, but I'll explain it for people who aren't, you know, chronically tapped into all that stuff. So for a long time,
This is after Maya. After Maya.
the like cover-up allegations happened, and he was like starting to kind of struggle on his stream.
Yeah.
He never wanted to stream at the same time as me. Like, we really avoided it. And to me at the time, it made sense because, you know, I was like, well, of course, like, you know, we share a lot of community members. if
Seems
we're live
reasonable.
at separate times, we're both gonna perform better. You know, it makes
Yeah.
sense. But yeah, we were really live doing the same thing at the same time for a long time, with the exception of like things like events or sponsors or like, you know, just special things. For a very long time, and a lot of you guys
was
probably
at work,
noticed
but-
that I would only usually stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. That was because of him. And now I stream whenever I want, but the first time that we ever streamed at the same time was for the 2024 Rust Kingdoms event on
Jesus
Twitch.
Christ.
We were sharing drops.
This is so ridiculous.
It was the first time in a very long time that we were both going to be live at the same time doing the same thing.
People even saw this.
Probably like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? But it'll make sense in a bit. So I'm live.
Sharing drops. Drops for the Rust event.
Streaming, and like I said, you can go find all of this. This is public.
It's
There are
online,
clips of
yeah.
this. We're both streaming the Rust event, and I thought it was going really well. I thought everyone was having fun. I was like, oh, this is great. Everyone's, you know, doing the same thing at the same time. We're all hanging out. You know, we're gonna have fun. Like, I was really, really excited. And then I start seeing in my chat people start saying unofficial Ms. Raid, and I'm like, what does that mean? And then I check my Discord messages, and he's messaging me. He's saying like, Emmy, you know, I'm gonna kill myself. I waited, or I'm gonna KMS. I waited so long for this, etc. And basically he was upset because I had higher viewership than him. That's literally it. I had higher viewership than him. And like I said, this is during an event, so there were drops. Like, everyone knows when there's drops, like, it's not even fucking real, but yeah. He starts messaging me, he's really upset. I tried to tell him, I was like, bro, you should come back and play. Everyone's having fun, everyone's like wondering where you are. But yeah, he ended his stream. And then I'm still live, you know, trying to act like nothing's wrong. And in that house,
Messaging her
I
while
had
she's
glass
live.
door, so I could like see this was happening. He was walking behind me, making sure that I knew he was there. And by the way, so there were many ways out of that house if he wanted to leave the house that were closer to his stream room. He intentionally chose the door that was right by my room.
Actually, the most inconvenient door of all the doors that he could have
Pretty
left.
apparent, at least to me. He starts walking behind my stream and slamming the door so loud that my noise gate can pick it up. So even people on my stream are able to hear this is happening. And he slams it so hard and so many times that the front door really broke. The lock did not work anymore. It didn't work for months, and it would just make this horrible sound that I would have to hear like every fucking day. But anyway, so I hear him back there doing this, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
There's clips of
So I
this,
tell
by
my
the way.
stream, I'm like, hey, guys, I'll be right back. I get up and I go talk to him, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, I mean, like, I hate all you guys. Like, all you guys do is just take from me, and like, I'm just done. Like, I'm just done. And I was like, is this like really happening because of Rush drops? And he was like, I don't know what else to do. He was like going off on me, like basically saying that he hated me. And I was like, well, I don't know what to do now. And he was like, go finish your stream so that people don't know anything's wrong. And
That's what matters.
I stop in the
Weirdo.
bathroom
It almost sounds like fake.
outside
Of
my
course.
stream
It's
room,
like-
and I'm like, you know,
But I guess,
checking my
He's
makeup,
wild.
trying to make sure people can't tell that I was like
Huh?
crying.
I guess he knows about it.
And I'm only in there for like 30 seconds, and he comes and like zooms
Sure,
in the
she's
doorway.
talking
He's like,
to her friend.
what are you doing?
They're on
And I'm like, oh,
their
I'm just checking my makeup. So I go back and I stream for a couple hours, finish the stream, do my best to just like, you know, carry on the show basically. And yeah, after that, like I said, was
Sad
when
expecting
things started
drama
to get
shit?
really
Yeah.
fucking bad. It was like something just snapped. For the rest of the week, he streamed the Rust event. He got all the drop viewers.
She didn't
I'm
stream
sure
at all.
he was very happy. I mean, good for him.
Wow.
And during that time, I obviously was like thinking and processing a lot of what happened. But I mean, it was a lot because this person was at the time like kind of it was like my partner and my best friend and like the only person that like I really talked to ever, or like at least off stream. So I mean, it was a lot. But the very next stream, I went live about a week after that, and I announced that I was planning to move, because I knew that I would have to move.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, I have to go live and say this so that, you know, kind of force myself to commit to it, right? Does that make sense? Obviously, I didn't move out right away, but after like all of that Rust stuff happened was when the other domestic abuse stuff really started. He would destroy furniture in front of me. He would throw things in front of me and near me. Destroy walls. Again, you can go see this in some of his VODs in his bedroom, the holes in the wall. There would be times where he was upset at
I
me.
think every guy
and
is
I
destroyed
would go to my
walls
stream
in their life.
room and literally lock myself in to get away from him. And he would be banging on the door and screaming at me. And at the time, he also would more often do things like going, like if we were driving in the car together, he would be going like
Super fast.
150 miles an hour. And like
Jeez,
one time
that's
he
not-
even said
not
like,
good.
well, now we're both gonna die. Like threatening to kill both of us.
Jesus.
And this wasn't like even necessarily because of me or like because of something I did a lot of the time. Like one of the times that it happened, it was because we were just getting food and he was on his phone and he saw that Mr. Beast had put out a video and Mr. Beast had invited another streamer and he was like, oh, Mr. Beast invited this guy to his video, not me. And I was like, oh, well,
Is he like
you know,
a crazy psycho?
yeah, I guess so. Which led to him
Almost
Content
killing them.
creator.
Almost
talking
killing
about
them.
killing himself while doing it.
Over a Mr. Beast video.
Then at home, other things would happen. Like I'd be trying to sleep and he would scream at me and say that it was all my fault that he felt insecure. There was a time that I walked into a room that he was in, and as soon as he saw me there, he threw his phone at the dresser and started yelling because I had posted a YouTube video within the same couple of days as him, and mine was doing better. So basically, I felt like I was kind of stuck
It's
in a loop
It's so
where
sad,
I felt like
bro.
I had to constantly
It's so sad.
perform and like prove
it's so
my
sad.
value to not be thrown away. But at the same time, if I ever performed too well, I was gonna be punished for it.
Yeah.
And
Punches
it
her?
just felt like a very
He punched her?
rough situation to be stuck
Oh,
in
oh.
because, I mean, streaming's my hobby and my job. Like, it's a huge part of my life.
All of our friends are
Before,
attached
That's
to us.
you know, I met him
That's
and
a lot.
became,
That's
like a larger creator.
There's so phone at his
I remember
face.
thinking all the time how it felt like
That's
he hated
crazy.
me, but he still wanted me around for his channel and like his thumbnails and everything.
Yeah.
And this is still before I moved out. There was a time where it was the tension in the house was so unbearable that I would sneak out and I would sneak into Esfan's house using my code. And Esfan didn't know why I was doing this. He saw me a couple times. I'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna go take a nap in your guest room. He'd be like, yeah, that's fine. I would sneak into Esfan's house just to have some time
Yep.
of like peace and quiet. But eventually, he figured out where I was going, and he would go over to Esfen's house to keep telling me off.
No escape.
There was a time that he did it, and I was laying in the guest room bed, and one of the roommates in that house had come to see like why I was crying, and they were standing in the corner, and he came in, and he was very physically aggressive. He was like, "Emmy, like, what are you doing?" Like, angry. And then as soon as he turned and saw this other person
This is really
standing
serious,
there,
yeah.
he instantly like deflated and changed his tone. He was like, "Oh, Emmy, I was wondering where you were. Like, are you coming home?" And that roommate like later asked me about it. They're like, "What the fuck was that? Like, are you okay?" And I was just like, "Oh, it's nothing," because
Unfortunately,
I felt like
happened a lot.
a lot of the reason that I didn't tell the people around me was because I felt like no one would understand, or even if they understood, it would just be a burden to them, because all of our streams and social circles and communities are so intertwined. I was like, maybe it's just better for me to deal with this and like hope things get better, basically.
Yep.
I honestly don't even remember what the final straw was that I finally was like, okay, it's time to go. Like, I prepared the house that I lived in before this one, like, pretty much immediately after the, like, breaking the front door thing happened, but I was still, like, scared and unsure. So I don't remember what the final straw was, but I remember the day I took Cheddar to the house, because he just randomly started like screaming at Cheddar. He was like, "Get that fucking cat out of my house." So I just
Mad at
grabbed Cheddar
YouTube
and put him in my
views, mad at
car,
Mr. Beast, mad at
grabbed
the
his
cat.
box and took him there, and I just left him there and never took him back to that house.
Hey yo,
And,
fuck Cheddar. All my
like,
homies
within
hate
several
Cheddar.
days after that was when I finally moved out.
Who
It was
yells
on
at a
very
cat?
short notice. Like I said, I don't even remember what the final straw was because so many things happened, but there was a time when I just knew. I called some movers. I said, "Hey, can you come tomorrow?" And they were like, "Yeah," and then I literally moved the next day. Moving out into the last house that I lived in was a huge step mentally because, like I said, a big part of why I moved into the first house in Texas in the first place was because I felt like it was the safest option for me because,
The stalkers.
you know, I am
Yeah.
a girl where it's like kind of scary for me to be living alone. So it was very hard, and at the time, even though like all these other things had already happened, I was very hopeful
Yes,
that
sir.
me and him could be cordial
Sure.
and like eventually like things would be fine, at least publicly,
Yep.
like for stream reasons, so that, you know, everyone could just keep streaming like nothing had happened. And, you know, at the time I thought that would be the best thing to do, and I felt like
You put your best
if
foot
I,
forward, people
you know,
step on it.
separated myself from him without
That's what
explaining
happens.
anything, people that watched us wouldn't understand
Yeah.
and would attack me. I was
That's how it is.
yeah, I mean, it ended up happening anyway, so, but, yeah, after I moved
Crazy,
out,
crazy, crazy.
we, like I said, still kept in contact. I had hoped that somehow things would get better. He would always beg for me to come back, and he would promise therapy and change and, like, even talk to other
Surely.
people and, like, kind of present, like, "Oh, I want to
Things are gonna get better this
I
time.
want to be better for Emmy or
This
whatever,
time for
you know?
sure.
There was a short period in October where
This is last
we
year.
had broken up because
I got everything
I mean,
needs in
honestly,
life,
doesn't
money
matter
and
now.
all that.
and when
Easy
that happened,
life.
I
just
honestly felt relieved
piss it
because I
away.
was like, okay, finally, it's like on his terms, so that means he'll be satisfied and he'll
Piss it
be able
away.
to say it was his choice, and he'll leave me alone. Because whenever I would try to push for it, it just felt like I couldn't like really sever it, if that makes sense. But But I mean, obviously, hence me doing this stream, that was not the end of it. A week after this breakup, he asked to come over to my house and talk for closure. He came to my house, and I was crying like crazy because the emotions were just very high, because I was dealing with a lot of major shifts in my life as a result of me attempting to start to try to distance myself from him. So yeah, we were just talking and I was crying a lot. He started to try to comfort me by hugging me while I was sitting on the couch and holding me really close to him. And when this was happening, we hadn't talked in quite a while, and I'm usually very uncomfortable with being touched a lot by people that I'm not in a relationship with. But I let him hold me while I was crying. And he started kissing me in my face, and I let him do it. I was still sobbing a lot. And then, suddenly, he tried to climb on top of me and aggressively shoved his hand down my pants. And, I screamed. Yeah. And when I screamed, he jumped off me like a cat, like. And, instead of apologizing or checking if I was okay, he said, "I feel weird now. I feel like I did something wrong. I have to go." And he immediately left my house while I was still crying, without, checking if I was okay or anything. And at the time, I was still making excuses for him, and I was still afraid of causing trouble for other streamers around us, or like, you know, making things weird for viewers. I know that probably sounds crazy, but like, I just felt this pressure, like I had
This is
to
making me feel weird.
try to keep things together, if that makes sense.
Accommodating
I-
a psycho.
Yeah, I felt like I'd cause trouble for so many other people if I ever said anything bad about him, or if I caused rifts in our friend group or streamer group. I tried to stay on good terms with him and hold everything in, and also I still cared about him a lot, and I still
I'm
at
kind of
that
happy
point
this is
had
happening.
hope
It's like,
that,
I hate when there's all fake
he
shit
could
on
get
the internet.
better.
Like, you don't know what the fuck.
and that, you know, he would improve.
Well, no, like if it's like, cause they
And
switch houses.
He
Like,
also
who's
always
part of
hammered
what
into me.
anymore? Like,
Have you guys
so-
known somebody that this has happened to
never
before?
physically
Fucking
abused me
strange.
because he never hit me, and he would coach me and tell me to tell people or other streamers who were asking about it
Who?
because they
Yeah.
were concerned. He would say, or other streamers, and he would coach me, would improve, get better, and that, you know, he would improve. And he'd also always hammer into me.
Have you guys known
how
somebody that this has
he
happened to
never
before?
physically abused me because he never hit me, and he would coach me and tell me to tell people or other streamers who were asking about it because they
Yeah.
were concerned. He would say, tell them that I never hit you. Make sure that they know that I never hit you.
Very normal thing to coach somebody to say.
Around the
Super
same
normal.
time, this was during OnlyFans 2, so I guess like December-ish. He would often message me in the middle of my streams and berate me for things like playing the same class as him in WoW because he thought it would make people think that I was better than him.
So
And again, like I said earlier, I felt like I was stuck in a constant loop where I had to perform well to not be thrown away.
Yeah.
But if I performed too well, I was going to be punished. And I actually wanted to show some of those messages because obviously a lot of these things.
So stupid.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fully read these out
This was only thanks to
because
the second
I
one.
honestly
I mean.
just don't want to read them out, but I feel like I want to show them to like kind of show what I'm saying.
What's she doing?
Emmy is better. Emmy
I am
this.
planning to
I can't have anything, Emmy.
post the VOD of this somewhere, so if, you know,
You just take.
you want to read
Not
this later,
tank. Just that simple.
that's fine. I
You've
guess.
already played Warrior when I told you.
And again, this was
Now I'm
all
gonna get
happening
compared
while I was live.
non-stop.
You can literally go find the
That's some
stream
weird
and
shit.
see me trying to deal with this
Don't tank.
while I'm
There it
live in the
is.
middle of a dungeon,
Don't dude
trying
me.
to just play the fucking game.
This is about World of Warcraft. Let me handle all the hate.
Oh fuck, I think I...
You just have fun. Such a serious situation. I feel like an asshole laughing, but this is so fucking ridiculous. It's insane, isn't it? Oh my god.
Tank Emmy, do it. Let me handle all the hate, the criticism. You're worse than Emmys. The Emmy is so much better. The people saying you're better in every chat. The comparisons
no
says nobody will ever be on my side.
He says
Let me
there's
deal
no
with it. You have
boundaries
fun.
with
I
you.
asked you not to become a tank. You didn't listen. And now it's the classic, what was I supposed to do? I'm not dealing with this. And like I said, you can go find the stream.
That's what he said.
But for context, I was playing Warrior in World of Warcraft in like a level 24 dungeon. It was like Silverpine. Like it was just like, it wasn't even like.
You
it was
can't
like
just
dog
tank
shit gameplay, to be
SFK.
honest.
You can't just tank SFK. You can't just do that.
So, yeah. Yeah, yeah, you can,
Just pause it, read
do
all
that
that shit
later, I
yourself.
suppose,
Yeah.
if, yeah, like I said before, hold on. I was constantly trying so hard to compromise with him because I wanted to be cool and I wanted us to be able to coexist in the same streaming sphere. But I felt like I could never win, and he hated my whole existence, like ever since that one stream where I had like a little bit more viewers than him. And he would say that it was my fault that his stream was dying because most of his viewers liked me, and whenever he hit on another girl, they would be confused or not take it seriously because they knew that me and him were together privately. And he said if he would be able to hit on other girls and convince them that it was real, he would get his career back. That was like, started within the last couple of weeks that we spoke to each other. He started saying terrible things to me about other streamers in Austin. In particular, one specific streamer who, I know there's a lot of people that know he has beef with certain streamers. It was not one of those streamers. It was someone who, to this day, has been nothing but nice to him. He would say horrible things about this person, like about them in their stream, and it was very hard to listen to. And just in general, he would say horrible things about other streamers in Austin, like, I quote, "I hate everyone here. You are all useless to me. You're worthless to me because it does nothing for my stream anymore to collab with any of you."
Oh.
And him saying that was the final straw for me. The day that he said that to me about other people was the first day that I
What about
ever,
Austin
for
streamers?
the first time,
Yeah.
started to ignore his calls and messages. And because of that, he even threatened to come to my house if I didn't answer. But I did end up calling him back, and I spoke to him, and I basically told him that I felt like I could finally see things for what they were. And he started panicking, and he was super apologetic, and he was saying he didn't want to lose me, which wasn't the first time that he like did something like that and was like, you know, basically begging me not to leave. But that was definitely the most extreme time. And again, like I said, I always had the hope that things would be cordial, or that, you know,
And she really
we
tried.
could be
You
fine
can
with each
see.
other, so
She really
I
tried
agreed.
to
And we
like.
agreed we were gonna talk about all of that. We We talked about it about a week later, and instead of apologizing for anything, he basically told me that he realized he needed to go to Japan and LA to get his viewership back up, and he was
Of course.
basically too young to focus on friendships and relationships. And it was I mean, despite everything, like I said, I still cared about him, so it was still hard. And I mean, it was like a mix of feelings, you know, like I was devastated, but I was also so relieved. But because of the past incidents during like other fights and times I would try to separate myself from him, past incidents during those times of him manipulating me into staying close with him and giving him more chances, sexually assaulting me, the abuse, and just him generally not being a very nice person. After that, I decided that the only solution and way for me to move forward, I made the hard decision, but I know now for sure the right one, was to finally completely cut contact with him.
Good call.
I knew it'd be very hard because our careers and our communities were so intertwined, but I knew that I had to do it and that there was no other choice. So
Yep.
I have not spoken to him since January of this year. It's been 10 months. But you think that's the end? It is unfortunately not. I haven't spoken to him since January of this year. It only took a couple of weeks, but soon the messages started. He has attempted to contact me over 40 times individually this year in individual
normal.
texts, Discord messages, Instagram DMs, and phone calls. And I'm just gonna show those.
The puzzle?
40 times.
And at first, it started simple. Be confusing messages, or like him expressing he was worried about things. Like, at first it wasn't anything weird.
It's just that you can go through and read all these.
What is it?
Self, but it's just
He's just trying to like say, hey, like I miss you, I love you, please talk to me. I needed some time.
Bro's got
apart to
issues?
realize this, or whatever.
I mean, I've been down bad, but 40 times?
I'll do anything.
That's a
crazy.
lot. That's a lot.
Jesus Christ.
This is not someone who loves or cares about you.
He's trying to get her to be amicable and everything. It's crazy.
Holy shit.
What was he saying?
Surely the 41st time.
She's just saying like a bunch of shit. You want me to pause it? You can read it?
It's Rolex. Well, I can't see.
It says the last 4 months I've been doing
Or
it. Lexapro and propanol. It's psycho, bro.
Damn, I feel like they kind of hit their relationship really good though.
Yeah.
I would have never thought.
I'm not gonna talk, by the way, about like anything about this beyond what she's gonna talk about, unless I'm getting mentioned. Just so you guys know. Just out of respect for her privacy, obviously. I know a lot of you guys want to know more, but that's just what's gonna happen.
I don't know what
Why I
made
never
her
said
go
anything.
all out. Why is this a thing?
'Cause I knew
Keep in
I knew
mind-
this day would come.
This is only things that he sent to me. I can't document all the things that people told me that he was saying. And it's just kind of a funny
because he's
side
talking
note,
shit
I
to
guess.
people.
I would like to highlight this message
And she's tired of his ass talking shit to
Which one?
because
That makes sense.
Oh god.
doesn't really matter. I ran it through
No.
What?
Chat GPT checker
No.
and all the highlights. Like I
The
said,
AI
doesn't really matter.
reader.
I just thought it was interesting.
Who knows, right? It's a mystery.
But
Used AI to text her.
It's weird.
yeah. Like I said at first, the messages were just simple things, like him saying he was worried about things or saying no one was talking to him, which I don't think was even true at the time. I think he was just saying that to try to guilt me into responding to him. I'm not sure about that, of course. This also extended to in-person interactions because initially I made the mistake of thinking that I only had to cut him off through private communication and, you know, we would be fine going
Yeah.
to the same events and parties and such.
Big mistake.
I also had to start... Hold on, I'm still fucking sick. I made the mistake of thinking that I only had to cut him off through personal, private communication. But I also had to start avoiding going to the same parties or places I was worried he'd be in person. Because this was after
The force
he came
and
back from
interaction.
his first
You know.
trip to Japan. There was a party that I attended several months after I first went into contact with him. I was aware that he would be there, and I thought it'd be fine. I thought it wouldn't be a big deal. I thought I'll just let him have his space. I'll have my space. You know, it's not a
Yeah,
big
sure.
deal. We're adults, right? During this party, I felt like he was following me around and monitoring me, but I thought that I was just being paranoid. I was like, it's probably just in your head. I was hanging out with Nick and Catchy and a couple other friends. And, at some point, Nick was like, it's too fucking loud down here, let's go upstairs. No one's upstairs. Let's just go, you know, chill in a room.
I was not
and,
this
like,
party.
Talk where it's not so
Can you
loud.
believe that?
And,
Actually, I think you
Okay.
probably can.
so they, as a group, went upstairs first without me, but it took me a bit longer to, get up there because someone, like, stopped me and was talking to me. And I did feel like, I mean, he was, like, standing pretty close to that person. I felt like he was watching me, but again, I thought I was just being paranoid.
Mhm.
But, I went upstairs, I was hanging
think
out with
for
Nick and
now,
Catchy and,
man.
you know,
Should I bring
Our other
you
friends.
once more or no?
and then about 30 minutes later, the room that we're in, the door opens.
No? No?
It's Miz. He opens the door, makes eye contact with me, goes, ooh, and then closes the door and leaves. And I was like,
See?
what the fuck?
Wow.
But again, I was still trying my best
Ooh.
to, you know, give
Oh.
the benefit of the doubt. Like, you know, maybe it's just
Boo.
like
Oh.
an awkward situation or something. But a couple months later, the person that he was hanging out with that night reached out to me privately and was apologizing. And I was like, why? And they're like, I just felt like I had to apologize to you because I felt so bad and so embarrassed of what was going on. Like, yes, he wanted to see what you were doing. He was saying, like, I want to go see what's upstairs, and he was checking every room, and then after he opened the room that you were in with Nick,
Come on.
he closed the door
What?
and started laughing,
Yeah.
and then he just wanted to talk about, you know, how you guys broke up for the next, like, however many hours of the night.
I wonder why.
So I was like, wow,
Yeah.
okay,
Next.
that's good to know, I guess. The next story, that I want to tell involves what happened to me, Valkyrie, and Cinna
Oh.
earlier this year when we were attacked at the Santa Monica Pier. Because, that was obviously...
Remember that?
Hold on, let me close all these fucking texts. I don't want to look at them. They're still on my desktop.
Whispers from a demon.
It should be talked about. But yeah, like,
What is that?
no issues with anyone talking about it and covering it, and that included him. I was fine with that. He joined in on that whole thing of people going live to talk about it. And again, I'd like to remind people at this point, we were already a couple months into me being no contact with him, making it clear I didn't want anything to do with him. And so during this stream, he was covering what happened to me, Ray, and Cinna. He decided that he was going to tell more of my personal stalker stories that I've never personally talked about or shared publicly myself.
And I wonder why.
And one of these stories was one that, like, no one knew at all, and, like, it just felt so shitty because at the time that those things happened,
You never talk about this shit.
like, you know, all the people that lived in that area together, we all came together and we all kind of decided, and this was heavily
Not
pushed
to-
by him, we should never talk about this
Definitely.
because, you know, people are going to be weird. It puts Emmy in more danger, and, you know, it gives people ideas, so we're never going to talk about it. But, you know, of course, as soon as there's some big drama that he's not involved in, and he finds a way to, you know, bring up, oh, I was there for something that happened to Emmy,
He's trying
he
to.
does it.
You see what's going on?
He was on a stream.
I was
talking
trying to
about these
save her.
personal
trying to
stories
help
of
her.
mine, and I caught wind of it. And by the way, it was also so frustrating not saying anything at this time because the way he told those stories, he kind of framed himself as like the hero.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, I held the stalker at gunpoint." No. The only person who ever came into contact face to face with that stalker before the police came was Bonnie. Bonnie is the person who found that guy outside,
Fucking
went
Bonnie.
inside, told everyone, called the police. The police came. All Miz did was he stood far away from the front door, behind glass and metal, with a gun. Yeah, I mean, I understand. It's still very scary, but why are you acting like you... Like, if anyone deserves credit for that, it's Bonnie. Like, it's literally stolen valor. I'm so glad I finally get to say that because she is the one who, like, kept
Yeah.
everyone in those two houses safe, not him. Anyway, back to the original thing, the Ray and Cinna stuff. I was obviously panicking. Like, I just had this horrible thing happen to me the night before. It was, like, huge, like, public, millions of people seeing it. And then my crazy ex-boyfriend is going live talking about more of my personal stuff.
Without asking her.
And, I'm, like, crying, and, Cinna and Ray are like, what's wrong? And I tell them, and I'm, like, panicking. I'm like, I need to call so-and-so, I need to call so-and-so, I need to call so-and-so. Like, these different people that I was like, they can contact him because I did not want to contact him. So, Ray, Cinna, some of me and Miz's mutual business partners, and Asmongold were all, messaging him to stop. And by the way...
I will elaborate on this later.
Asmongold told me that he tried to call
Oh, she's gonna
Miz
say
while
it.
he was talking, and it rang three times.
Two or
and
three
then
times.
hung up.
And then
Which
I hung.
means that he saw it.
That's
and
right.
He
Because I called him
wanted to be able to
twice.
keep talking
I tried to call him
because,
2 times.
Yeah.
One of them rang like 2 or 3 times. The other one did like
A
10.
little note.
I'm not
I
saying he
don't
didn't
know
see
exactly
it,
what, like,
but that's
the
crazy,
girl
right?
Said to
I don't know
him,
what's.
but Ray and Cinna told me that they were messaging him, being like, "Bro, like, stop! What are you doing?"
I finally did get in
Why
contact
are
with
you
him and told him
doing
to
this?
stop.
And
Stop what?
he
That's
was
why he went
messaging
offline that
them
day.
Who were also equally as traumatized as me, of course. They had gone through the same thing. Oh, what am I doing wrong? I'm letting people know what, girls go through.
You go back and see the VOD.
Was that your job?
Interrupted my fucking
anyway,
stream for this shit. For that
Yeah, that all
psycho.
happened a couple of months into me being no contact
Just
with
so we
him.
could, fucking
And
virtue
he was
signal.
arguing with Ray and Cinna while they're trying to be like,
Well, I'm
"Oh,
trying to protect
stop,
them."
Like, you're making it worse.
Fuck out of here.
He finished talking about my stuff and then reacted to Cinna and Ray's whole stream
Shit.
where they were crying, addressing their communities. Made sure to react to that and then immediately went offline. So yeah, that was a terrible weekend. I got threatened to be stabbed, and then the next day, my weird ex was going live trying to self-insert so that he could make sure to farm his own clips.
And viewers. To get viewers, by the way.
After that incident, his attempts to talk to me only ramped up, which I showed those texts. We went back to Japan, and during that trip, he was texting, calling me, trying to call me quite a lot, begging me to take him back. And at the same time, I heard that he was reaching out to quite a few other streamers who know both of us. And he was crying to them about how he wanted to get back together and how he thought someday we would reconnect and eventually get married. I think
Totally.
Let's see.
I heard that he was reaching.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. I don't know why people. Psycho people, bro. Crazy to try to give people the benefits of the doubt.
Out to quite a few other streamers who know both of us, and he was crying to them about how he wanted to get back together and how he thought someday we would reconnect and eventually get married. I think
Totally
I
normal.
don't think he even meant that, but I hope not, but I assume he did that with the hope that they would relay the messages back to me since I wasn't talking to him. And I mean, some of them did. I also had a couple
I was
other
not one of
streamers
those
report
people.
to me that he would obsessively watch my stream and not in a like, oh, I wonder what Emmy's doing right now way, or like having my stream open. Like, he would be obsessively and attentively hate watching my stream, like watching my stream and just saying horrible things almost every time that I've been live this year. And they tell me that he would want to discuss how he believed I still wanted him.
Of course.
Interesting, considering I never replied. And he would ask other guys if they thought I had slept with anyone this year. They'd be like, I don't fucking know, man. And then they told me he would say stuff like, no, there's no way she's done that. She's not like that. And she's probably waiting for me. Just really fucking gross stuff like that. And a couple of streamers in LA also told me that he was telling people that me and him still talk all the time, but we simply weren't together anymore.
All about
because
appearances.
I was too mature, and I was not ready. I was too immature.
Emmy was too immature.
But
Of
yeah,
course.
you can see from the messages I showed.
I mean, she didn't even break a
I'm
hole
not
in a
sure
wall.
if, like, I mean, people can go back and read them.
How can you be ready to be married if you're not ready to punch a
he
hole in
was-
a wall?
Begging to me to take him back for the majority of this year, which was 7 or 8 months total. And like I said, some of the messages were even, I believe, ChatGPT. Not that it really matters. It's just interesting.
Very interesting.
As of today, it's been about 2 months since he has attempted to contact me directly. I think because about 2 months ago was when he started kind of getting scared that I might have been like, you know, telling people things.
Mm-hmm.
Which again, I wasn't going on my way to do it, but if anyone ever asked me, I wasn't gonna lie to them. I mentioned this at the beginning before I started like fully telling the story. I heard from my friends, other streamers, and my employees that he had cooked up a plot that if I ever tried to talk about him, like about the abuse or anything else, he would try to go live and say that I killed my rabbits.
I have a story about this
And
afterwards.
I was told that he approached several streamers who are around us a lot.
He didn't
when we
approach
lived
me.
together, and asked if they would basically back him up, and they refused.
Never approach me.
Obviously, they're not insane.
Never talk to me
and-
about a single thing about this.
Even something happened this weekend at TwitchCon. One of my employees told me he went up to them and he threatened them, saying, "If Emmy ever tries to talk about me, I will destroy her." Whatever that means.
Whatever that means.
And within the same night, he also texted one of my best friends, and he would have known that I would have been with this girl. He texted her saying, "Hey, worried about her, hope she's okay." You know, right after he just said to my employee and other people that he was gonna try to destroy my life. Yeah, all in the same night. And,
You know what I'm thinking?
yeah, that was Saturday,
About
so
beating up that Big Mac.
that pretty much leads us to today. I feel like it's clear I've spent the last year of my life cutting him off and building a new life with people that actually care about me.
Wow.
And doing my best to move on peacefully without causing any drama. I did not want to do this. A lot of people, a lot of other creators actually told me that after his other allegations in 2022, if I wasn't the first person to stand up for him and start appearing on his channel again, they do not think that they would have
Right,
gone back
same.
to
Yeah.
helping him with his content.
That if she never backed him up, I would have believed that he was a good guy.
Just like the guilt, you know?
So, I
I didn't
always tried to keep things private, always tried to make things better, had hope that things would get better, you know, tried to be supportive, and my thanks that I got for all of that was abuse and resentment, and for all of 2025, all of this year, harassment and hatred from him and his community, while he was the whole time secretly begging for me to take him back behind the scenes. I've taken a lot of steps already, as I said, it's apparent. I've taken a lot of steps to restructure my life and be a lot more careful about who I help
Isn't
and
that
who I invest
insane?
my time and my care into.
This is supposed
And
to be like
I'm
streaming
doing a lot
video
better
games.
now, but I felt like this was a necessary stream because, like I said at the very beginning, I have heard that he has done things to other people that aligned with some of my own experiences, so I felt like it would be wrong for me to keep holding on to all this information. I know I stayed for way too long, and I thought that I could help, and I unfortunately learned that I couldn't, but I worked really hard to have the life that I have now with my friends, my family, my pets, and my community, and I'm so grateful for how things are now. It was very difficult, but I'm very proud of myself for making the choices that I did to end up where I am now, and yeah, that's my story of dealing with abuse, psychological and domestic abuse, sexual assault, and stalking, and being threatened on if, you know, I ever talked about it. And this whole time it's been kind of hidden in plain sight away from hundreds of thousands of people.
Yep.
And, yeah, I know that me saying all of this probably isn't gonna make him or what's left of his community leave me alone, but sorry, voice crack. I know talking about this probably won't make him or, sorry, probably won't make him or what remains of his community leave me alone, but I'm at least glad that people will be aware of all of this now and I won't have to feel like I'm hiding a terrible dark secret anymore. And it's all out there now. And I also want to make it clear that not everyone that I interact with or that I'm friends with knew the extent of the things that were happening. And a lot of streamers didn't really know anything at all, but I mean, like I said before, people aren't stupid. I think it's pretty clear that a lot of people knew that things were happening, and like I said, you have to remember, it's not just me. A lot of people have told me that they have their own, grievances with him.
Oh, yeah.
But for the people who did know about this, thank you for being there for me through all of this and supporting me and cheering me on. And there were a lot of people as well who, even though they didn't know anything, without asking any questions, they still were very kind and supportive, and I will always remember that for the rest of my life.
What do we get?
I also want to say, just so people know, that I'm not just trying to put this out there and then, I am already in the process of filing a restraining order on him in both Texas and California.
Thank God.
Shit. You want me to go with you?
If you want something, if you don't want something, then I'll just run real quick.
No, it's fine. I'll just eat some candy. I'll go with you if you want me to, but if you're just gonna run and go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab quick.
And I also wanted to say that I would not be surprised if he tries to sue me for the stream that I did today and for coming out about him. Not because he thinks that he would win, but for PR reasons, like a slap lawsuit. It'd be interesting if that happened, and I wouldn't be opposed to people finding out more of the truth and things that I didn't even talk about today, and what else he's been lying about, And I'm sure there's also plenty of things that even I don't know about. And
Yeah.
yeah, there's more things that I didn't even talk about today, but I'm hoping that now that I have this out, this is the last time I ever have to
Discovery's
talk
a
about it.
bitch.
And I can be like,
That
okay,
was last night.
I got it out there.
I'll take one bite.
I'm not
that's it.
withholding this anymore.
Yeah.
It's out there. And yeah. I guess that's pretty much it. Definitely not
What a day.
how I would have been liked. How I would have liked to spend my Saturday.
Oh, it's Saturday. That was like Wednesday.
I would have loved to go to karaoke with my friends or something like that instead. All people like karaoke, right, guys?
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's it. I'm probably gonna take some time off. I'm not sure. Like, I genuinely have no idea what the response to this all is gonna be like. I really just wanna, like I said, do my best to move on from this, because I've already been doing that for a year.
That's
Like I
okay.
said, I feel like
Yeah,
that's
that's okay.
pretty clear. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for today. I asked my editor if he would put this on YouTube for if you guys want to look at, you know, any of the things that I shared today. But like I said, all of the streams that I referred to today are public. You can easily find them. And all the people that I mentioned today gave me permission to mention them. Except I think I mentioned Mr. Beast, oops, but I mean, he's not involved.
Jimmy will be fine.
Yeah.
Jimmy's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I never thought that I would be doing this stream, so it feels really weird to have done it, and it's over now. Yeah, well, now you guys know everything, and all the things I've been holding in for the past couple years.
Damn.
So yeah, thank you guys for listening.
Can't wait to see
Hopefully I'll
Damn.
be able to keep giving updates on the TwitchCon stuff.
I don't think
But
it is. I
I'm
think everyone's
hoping
gonna tell them
to-
don't do anything.
Put this other chapter behind me, and like I said, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I feel very confident that this was the right thing to do, and I don't regret any of it. Thank you guys. I'm gonna go spend time with my friends, and hopefully I will see you guys all very soon. Thank you for everything.
What a day. Well,
Yep, I guess that's it. See you guys when I see you. Goodbye.
it's sad. It really is. You know, like, I don't want to elaborate on any other further things about this. I can kind of talk to the extent that I knew about it a little bit, but I don't want to kind of go and, you know, turn this into like a, you know, continuation. But I can talk about kind of what happened. I guess the first thing I can talk about is the pier, which is the thing that I got mentioned with, which is I was starting my stream, it was the beginning of my stream. I remember I was like, I don't know, like maybe an hour into my stream or something like that. I got a call from Emaru and I was like, what the fuck? And this was like the day after the pier thing had happened. And I saw that Mizkif had gone live earlier in the day. He almost never does that. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, oh, maybe he went live to farm viewers and talk about this, right? But then she calls me and she's crying, and Ray and Cinna and one of their managers is there too, and I'm talking to all four of them. And I muted the stream, and this is why, by the way, I haven't reacted to any Miz clips in the last like 6 months. I haven't talked about Miz in the last 6 months. I haven't had anything to do with them like a year. This is the reason. And so I've scrolled past every clip. I haven't talked about anything. And so I call him the first time, and it rings like 2 or 3 times. Nothing happens. Immediately, sorry, it hangs up, and I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I call again, because like, you know, sometimes like, oh, it's just a random call, but like usually if somebody calls you 2 times in a row, it's like, okay, this is serious, right? And so then I call him again, and the rings were like, you know, there's like 3, and then the other one was like 7 or 8. So like, I don't know this happened, right? Obviously, I don't know this happened, but I think he either, like, I don't even know if he had the phone, right? But I think that whoever had the phone saw the call and chose to decline it. I think that's what happened. I don't know if that's what happened. So I think, yeah, that's what I think. And so, but then I called him later on, and he said he's freaking out, and I explained, I was like, okay, well, this is why, and this is what happened, and this is the reason, and, you know, he's fucking you know, obviously I knew more about this than he thought that I knew with this situation, because Emmy had called me and I had to explain it to him, but like I didn't want to involve myself in this either, because like this is like, I knew she was like no contact with him, and at this point pretty much everybody in the org, at least not everybody, but a lot of people were starting to like get this vibe with him. But and this is also another thing, is that a lot of the people that have collaborated with Miz don't know anything about this. They didn't know anything about this, and it was explicitly hidden as much as possible in order to make sure that nobody knew about it in any capacity by them, because they didn't want any of this to get out at all. And so does, like, I don't know. I'm not gonna get into the specifics, right? Hidden by who? Well, Miz and Emmy. I mean, Emmy was afraid that if the information got out, and Miz made her afraid if the information got out, that it would negatively affect Miz in multiple ways, and so he didn't want that to happen. That's more of their interpersonal stuff, and that's what she said on stream, and so I'm not going to elaborate beyond that. There is, of course, elaboration, but there's, as I said, I'm not going to, this isn't like an encore where I'm going to like further explain why she did or didn't do something, because it's just that, as I said, I said at the beginning, right? I said it, you know, a while ago, it's like, it will be bad, and it's not my story to tell, and I think you guys can see why now. I apologize for 2 things, for vague posting about it and saying that. And I also apologize for platforming him, right? I mean, the truth is I couldn't have known, I didn't know any of this whenever I met him. Whenever we started OTK together, I had no idea. And when I did realize, you can see kind of the way that I dealt with it and everything, and it's just like in stream, like this is the reason why I fucking like when Ludwig had that clip about like 95% of streamers I'm gonna talk to again, I was like, yeah, yes, bro, like yes, you should, right? Like the thing that happened in 2022 was kind of like the beginning of the end for me, with like being friends with any streamers or anything like that. And I have like a very small circle now of people that I'm close with. And is it true you lies about being part of OTK? I'm not going to answer that. It really like, and I just, I would love to answer that, but I'm not going to answer that.
Is that the reason?
And also, and I think that like again with that,
I don't know what they're saying.
there are people that can answer that, and those people are not me. And I will say again that this is not the end. And from things that I've heard, I'm trying to think, like, I don't know. I a lot of times I think, and it's like, if I could go back, would I undo all of it? And it's like there's a huge part of me that feels like I should have, right? I should have never done any of this at all, because it's just led to so much trauma and stress and like just I
I would be surprised.
man, like, you can't foresee things. I mean, I live very far away from them. I was very separated from their everyday life. I didn't know any of this, and the time that I did, I did everything that I could to, you know, fucking make sure that this stuff didn't get worse, right? And it's not your fault. Yeah, and also it's really not about me. The truth of the matter is, the irony of all of this is that I've heard Mizkif has done things privately and to other people that have made me look bad. But Mizkif has never actually explicitly done anything really bad to me. Never. He's never really, like, he's made jokes maybe once or twice, but like, he's actually never really done anything to me. And so, like, I don't know, like, but I would say more, right? I would say more, but I just don't really think that, I don't really think that it's appropriate for me to say more and elaborate on more.
Was it?
I guess, yeah. Put Kev. This dude.
I watched that one.
You saw this?
Mm-hmm.
I did.
This is the girl that went around, like, we're not going to show the clip, but it was like really weird. She's holding this guy down, real weird, like sexual assault. And so she actually got banned yesterday on Twitch. Any length of time that she's banned for, that is not a permanent ban. I mean, committing a felony on stream, I feel like that should be an instant perma, right? The person who is the victim right here says thank you.
Silk here now. Nobody making fun of you ever again, you heard?
You guys literally saved me. I'm not even joking.
Nigga.
I was at the lowest point of my
Nigga, and
life.
I'd do it again and again and again if I had to, bro.
So she did try to reach out after obviously people started talking about this. No surprise here. Nina is asking me for your number. She's just trying to do damage control. And this is her talking about it again.
I'ma always be alright, bro. Trust me. But I want to make sure.
Well, not really though, because you just got banned.
And during the situation, I genuinely 100% thought it was a joke. Yeah, I see. It is wrong. It is really, really wrong.
Nah, because if you thought that, you wouldn't have said that it's embarrassing for him to get upset about it after the fact.
Like, who wants to walk around being called that? That's embarrassing for him as a guy. Why was he a bitch?
You don't go and then try to degrade his masculinity in order to deflect from your own accountability. Like, that's the reason why you know she's lying. An old video of her admitting that she would beat her little brother. It was so bad that CPS got involved.
But I have a relationship problem with my little brother. He was like 6. So I beat him until he was like 15 or 13. All the way there. And like Child Protective Services came. We had to fly to China to evade the police.
Bro, look at their faces. They said, what?
What is it with these fucking male streamers trying to piss off female streamers? Like, why are you so emotional? Like, yo, if you
Bitch, relax. Just stop sexually assaulting people. Like, god damn, it's not a gender thing. Just relax. Just stop touching. Keep your hands to yourself. You can't stop touching your brother. You can't stop touching your fucking other people.
and then okay, cool. They get emotional and cry. Stop being a crybaby. You a pussy. Okay. So then when they fight
I
back,
cannot wait to see the video of her crying about her career getting destroyed by this. This is the problem, is that people like this, they are only like this towards other people that they can take advantage of. There's tons of people that got it rough. But the moment that you go and you put yourself in a position where you're hurting another person, my sympathy for you goes to zero. Obviously, he's got a lot of friends around with him, but if he needs help, you know, funding any lawsuit or anything like that, lawyer fees, just hit me up. I can get you in with some other people that make sure it happens. Because it's just what has to happen.
Amir Bomb.
That's anything. Yeah. So yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Guys, people have been saying this is
I think
like a
everyone
nuke.
knows about last week, the stuff that happened at TwitchCon. I was assaulted, and the guy was able to
Love you.
leave the venue, basically. Okay, so like intro, first thing that I want to talk about is I did see the Twitch tweet that I believe went out yesterday. I was literally in a Discord call with my friends, and they were like, "Did you see that Twitch apologized to you?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" So yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is they put out that tweet. I was never apologized to privately. They put that out without like consulting me or anything. I didn't know that they were gonna do that, so that was yeah. I mean, I'm glad that, you know, they're trying to like take some level of accountability, but there's a lot of things that they didn't mention in the tweet that I feel like should have been mentioned. But anyway, more stuff's been happening.
Yeah, there's kind of liability, but I mean,
so I
think that's
want to
dumb
say
to do that.
that last week, everything I said on my stream was accurate, obviously, except for one thing. I was wrong about one thing.
Oh.
I was going over the tweet that Twitch initially put out, where they're like, "Oh yeah, this thing happened to a high-profile creator. You know, police were on site. We're cooperating with law enforcement investigations." What I was wrong about was they were not cooperating with law enforcement investigations. I found that out on Monday when I got a phone call from the San Diego police, and they were talking to me, and they basically said, "Hey, we can't really do anything right now because they apparently know the name of the guy, but they're not giving it to us until a warrant goes through." Which, if you know anything about that stuff, it usually takes a while. Even you know, if it's expedited, which it was being expedited for me, but it still takes a lot of time. And they're like, yeah, they're refusing to give us the name, which, as far as I'm aware, is like a very common company thing, where they'll be, you know,
They
don't
want to
give
dox them
out
or whatever.
names of potential people involved in crimes, because then like
Keep up the
that
good
person
work.
could maybe like sue them for giving their name
XQCL.
at least. I don't know, something like that. That's what my lawyer said.
Oh, they didn't want
But
to
basically,
transfer the
they were,
username to
Twitch
real
was
name
trying
to
to
give
make
it.
sure that the guy that assaulted me didn't sue them, which meant that the police were not able to work
That doesn't seem.
on the case right away. So yeah, I got a call about that on, I believe it was
But
Monday.
the police is asking
The
though.
San Diego police, they were like, yeah, we're working on the warrant, but like right now, that's like all we can really do. But like we're trying our best. Just,
Chat,
like,
if the
we'll let you
police is
know, we're gonna
asking-
keep you in the loop and everything.
Is it
I
not
was like,
fine
okay.
to do that?
I was very
They can still
frustrated
get
because I was
sued?
like, damn, like I didn't know that on Saturday. I would have said that if I knew. And then I believe it was the next day. There was someone who, I don't know if they were a viewer or if they were just someone who like knew of the situation from social media. They contacted my manager, and they basically told her that at their place of work, someone came into their work who matched the description of the guy, and this person was saying like, oh, I'm, traveling to Texas, and I caused like quite a stir at a TwitchCon, and this person like, reached out to my manager, reached out to police, San Diego police interviewed them. But basically what I'm trying to say is because all this stuff was delayed, this guy was able to get really far away from San Diego, allegedly. And this whole time my manager was like, basically like begging Twitch, like, dude, like, please give us his name. Like, we don't know who this person is.
Is that where he's
like,
based
for
out
all
of,
we
or is he
know,
following her?
like,
What?
lives around where Emmy and her roommates live. Like, I can't, like, help her if, like, I don't know who this person is, and they were refusing to do it. But, after that tip from the person who said that, the guy came into their workplace and was talking to him. My manager demanded the info from Twitch, so they did end up giving it to police, but not my manager, as far as I know. She still doesn't. Yeah. So, that investigation's still going on, but it's like been a huge mess because of all of the delays and like refusal to work with the police. And yeah, it's ongoing. I can't like say too much about
I don't know the legality of it.
I'm saying, obviously, I
You need to get a lawyer.
My lawyer and stuff.
So you understand it.
And I do want you guys to know that Melissa has been making sure that me and my roommates, who are obviously other pretty well-known girl streamers, that we have been safe here, paying for like security stuff, making sure we're protected. Again, my manager's been taking care of that all of her own. Twitch did not offer anything like that. And yeah, that's where it is right now, pretty much. I can't say like too much about what me and my lawyer are doing.
I don't know why you're just so hands off. Looking into all this.
My hope is really that there's some kind of like
when being hands on
public resolutions that people who like have seen this and like know about everything that's happened
make them liable for anything.
Better about it. Because like I said, I don't feel like it's just about me. Like it could have been anyone that it happened to, like a small streamer who's not as lucky to have the resources or like the reach that I have.
True.
So it's very scary and yeah, just very, very frustrating.
Yeah, some of this stuff happens to like smaller people that don't have a big voice
and yeah,
or the money
I don't know where that's gonna go.
The recourse.
I'm
so
sure
the fact
that
it happens to a big person,
probably, I would speculate, not very happy
and still get
with me
treated
for
badly.
talking
It's
about all
horrible.
this, but I feel like it's not fair to keep it hidden from all the people
It shows
who
that
literally had to witness it because of Twitter and Reddit and all these things. I mean, I'm not complaining about that, obviously. You guys know I was super grateful that the guy posted it, got, spread around so that I didn't have to figure out how to talk about it myself, but yeah, I'm just...
One Piece.
Yo, be
It's
nice,
a
man.
lot. It's been
be nice. You guys need to chill out, man.
really heavy this week.
Jeez, I'm trying to
but
watch this shit, man.
Obviously, I've been getting a lot of support
This
from
gold one is like the
my friends and other streamers, and obviously my manager, other people that I work with, my employees and
like
such.
a $20 card and 40.
But yeah, I don't want to just let this be a thing that I think that they're hoping it just blows over and gets like swept under the rug.
Rage.
What is this?
I thought would always.
Holy wait, is she crying? What are we about to get into, Jack? Is it heavy? It's heavy?
Today, no one would understand, or even if they were asking about it.
Gang, I don't know. Nigga like me, I'll be planning my escape how to never show my face again for being such a fucking loser, gang. Holy fuck, asking people what he should do. Oh yeah, he probably like, yo, whoa, Code Red, what the fuck do I do? She's ruining me. It's over.
Also extended to in-person interactions, because initially I made the mistake of thinking that I only had to cut him off through private communication, and we would be fine going to the same events and parties.
You on ChatGPT?
I also had to start. Hold on, I'm still fucking sick.
Hell, Yugi. Yugi started a chat.
I made the mistake of thinking
started
that
the
I
whole
only had
cold.
to cut him off through personal, private communication. but I also just started avoiding going to the same parties or places I was worried he'd be in person. Because this was after he came back from his first trip to Japan. There was a party that I attended several months after I first went into contact with him. I was aware that he would be there, and I thought it'd be fine. I thought it wouldn't be a big deal. I thought I'll just let him have his space, I'll have my space, you know, it's not a big deal. We're adults, right? During this party, I felt like he was following me around and monitoring me.
Do not pay somebody to build you a Shopify store, because I'm going to do it free with 20 handpicked products by myself and my expert team, and professionally written ad copy for all of those products at no charge. And if you don't believe me, I dare you to click on this ad, go to the next page, and see if I ask you for a single penny. And I'm doing this because I am a Shopify partner and an endorsed commerce coach by their platform, and they're actually going to pay me to build your store for you if you like your store and you actually keep it. And if you don't believe me, again, I'm going to share my screen right now, and I'm going to show you how my software will build your store for you at no cost, as long as you take care of setting up your Shopify plan. All right, check this out. This is a quick example of what the store looks like. So you'll be able to have a top banner. You'll be able to have different products that are located on the store that we hand select for you. They're all drop ship products. And we're also going to have professionally written ad copy on this custom store for you. Now, you can build this in about 15 minutes using our completely free Ecom Express app. So here's the thing, all right? I'm about to show you the app, but in this video somewhere, there's a link you can click and you can get your very own Shopify store built by us completely free with 20 products. And you're gonna go to this app right here, and this app is going to just walk you through a couple of simple steps. Now, here's what's important about this. Step number one is going to be going in and creating your store by choosing the colors, and then choosing the banners, and then, of course, you know, opening up your Shopify store.
From podcast 2358 of Joe Rogan, where former Navy SEAL Chad
What you want to watch? Ghost Adventures. Nuke. There's a new Nuke. You want to see that?
A TikTok user named Keely says she often gets motion alerts from the security camera in her basement, but every time she checks the video, there's nothing there. Except this time.
Shit, imagine that. You get a motion thing. Can you see that shit?
Did you see it? When the footage is brightened, we can see a strange misshapen something that seems to be slowly climbing up the stairs from Keely's sub-basement. Strangely enough, the motion sensing camera didn't detect any further movement after this single clip. Now, it's worth mentioning that Keely has been posting on TikTok for over 4 years and has never posted anything paranormal before or after this one video. So, just what is that climbing the stairs? Let me know what you think. Shadows in the Chateau. Ted and Lisa Rogers have spent the last 5 years restoring a 14th century French chateau in Limousin, France. It's a massive project that they've been documenting over on their YouTube channel, Chateau de Montmagny. Now, to be very clear, their YouTube channel isn't about ghosts or the paranormal. It's all about renovations and daily life in the French countryside. But one night, things take a very strange turn. Lisa becomes convinced that there's a mouse running around in the chateau's old boot room, but Ted insists that he hasn't seen any signs of a mouse. So, to settle the debate, Lisa sets up a camera to record the room overnight, hoping to catch the mouse on tape.
We didn't catch the mouse. There was no mouse last night. However, there is something else we did catch. And yeah, I'm gonna go and get Ted to come and watch the footage.
What are we looking at?
Right, so let me start playing. So this is from last night. This is me setting the camera up.
Okay, so I'll set the camera up so you can see the hole in the corner. Can you see it? Hope you can see it. Anyway, I'm off to bed. It's very late. So we'll see whether we catch this mouse out in the morning, and then Ted will have to believe me that there is something running above our bedroom. I'll see you all in the morning. Good night.
Instead of filming a mouse, Lisa's camera ends up catching something very different.
Now you heard me put the latch on the door there.
Yeah, it sounded like it, yeah.
Okay, so the sensor light's gone out.
Right.
So I'm going to forward this bit because it's about 2 hours, well, it is 2 hours, 27 minutes into filming last night. Now we went to bed about midnight,
Yeah.
so this would be about 2:30. This happens. Now you heard the latch go off the door.
Yeah.
And that's the light coming on.
The motion sensor light.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, what? There's shadow there?
Yeah.
Yes, I can see a shadow moving across it.
Yeah. Keep watching.
Oh my god. What? That's got to be an animal or something, isn't it?
That was a big shadow for an animal.
How? You can't.
How can an animal get up
You
so...
You can't have put the latch on properly.
I put the latch on because you heard the latch go on.
Yeah.
And you heard the latch come off.
I didn't actually hear the latch come off, but you know.
Right, let me play that again. You hear the latch?
Right, yeah.
The door open. Now to push that door open, that's the heavy door, you've got to push it inwards. So somebody's got to be standing there to be able to open that door.
Yeah.
And there's nobody standing there.
And I've never known that door swing open on its own.
No. And the other thing is, the camera is up on a tripod. So to move it in a tilt, like it's tilted
moved,
up, something has moved. It hasn't moved the tripod because the tripod would fall over. It's had to move the camera.
Oh, that's... I don't know, mate. I don't know. It's the shadow that got me than anything. The shadow walk. I don't get it.
That's weird, isn't it?
I don't.
That is just bonkers.
The door to the room unlatches and opens. A motion sensing light turns on, and a creepy, unexplained shadow seems to glide across the room and actually move the camera. Lisa says that despite the eerie incident, there's nothing to worry about, and the Chateau de Montmagny is still open for guests.
We have lived here for 5 years and never had any ill feeling whatsoever.
No, I can't say that there is.
That is pretty bonkers. So I never caught a mouse.
You might have called something else.
Now, as for Ted, he's not sure what to think about all of this.
I don't know whether I believe or not believe. I don't disbelieve, let's put it that way. But it's just kind of freaky, isn't it?
It is a bit freaky. It's just weird.
Yeah.
The figure in the frame. At Mayaka River State Park in Sarasota, Florida, visitors have long claimed to see a pale, ghostly figure drifting silently through the park. In this next clip, Alicia Galvin stands inside one of the park's historic 1930s log cabins while her boyfriend films. He catches something truly chilling.
This place is so cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
What the somebody in there with you?
No?
The fuck?
Behind Alicia, a pale white figure seems to walk through the old cabin before vanishing into thin air. So did they catch the park's legendary ghost? Is it a trick of the light? Or just clever editing? You decide. Night terrors. A concerned mother says that her young daughter Cora has recently been suffering from intense night terrors. Their family doctor suggested she record one of the episodes so they could get a better idea of what might be happening. So one night, she's filming little Cora, and she captures something truly chilling.
I'm scared. You scared? Don't be scared, baby. Come here, pickle. Come here, pickle. Come here, pickle. It's okay. There's the vent right there, baby. See? The vent pushes the door. You're fine, okay?
I have night terrors like that too.
Are you big girl? Don't be scared, just remember. Baby Lenny's here, mommy's here. We're all gonna be together in the same house. It's gonna be okay. Let's go to bed. What's wrong, Cora? Sweetie, what are you afraid of? You're scaring me, honey. I don't see anything.
As the mom goes to walk her daughter back to her room, the door suddenly starts to swing shut on its own. She brushes it off, thinking it must just be the air vent. But when they reach Cora's bedroom, the little girl refuses to go inside, just staring toward the window in fear. Then, without warning, the blinds slam shut. The mother and daughter are terrified and run screaming from the room. But later, viewers notice something the mom missed. As she tells her daughter she's a big girl, a faint little voice seems to whisper back. Listen closely.
I'm a big girl. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
When the mom examines the footage, she notices something else. The air conditioning wasn't even running when that door closed.
So the AC was not on when the door closed. It's very loud, and you can hear it coming from the vent.
Some skeptics in the video comments suggest that the blinds are probably remote controlled. So, the mom posts another clip to prove them wrong. But things get a little weird.
So I'm coming into the room to show you the blinds, which I have opened back up to demonstrate how they're closed. It's not electronic, it's not battery powered, it's That's not creepy. I'm trying my best not to freak out. So, to close these blinds, you have to touch it and close it like that. That is the only way to close these blinds. There are no batteries or remotes here at all. No wires. You have to touch it and you have to close it like this. And there's no way I could have done that since I was standing on the opposite side of the room. And there is no way I could have closed all four at the same time.
The mom says they plan to move out of the house as soon as possible. But what do you think? Is little Cora being haunted by some dark entity? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. If you see something that you think would be perfect for the top 5, email me at nukestop5@gmail.com. You can also tag me on TikTok at nukestop5official. And be sure to tag me only at nukestop5official because there are a lot of fake accounts on there. A mist that moves. Chris Netzel does daily live streams from graveyards around Fort Worth, Texas, using a Spirit Box app to try and contact ghosts. Now, to be honest, I'm not such a fan of ghost apps. But during one late night stream, Chris captures something that's a lot harder to dismiss.
Hi, Jonathan. Hi, buddy. It's nice to talk to you. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. It just said Jonathan, bombings 1920s. You are amazing. Mortuary. Right. It just said right.
As Chris approaches an old gravestone, a small white figure about the size of a child seems to walk out from behind a tree and just vanish. Chris doesn't see it, but after his live audience points it out, he reviews his footage and is shocked. Paranormal versus pets. Troy Legault says that his house is haunted by a very active poltergeist.
You ever seen that movie Ghost?
White guy?
Yeah.
Shit, is he responding?
Kill herself in arguments, and I have a picture where while I had a gun pointed at one of her stalkers who came to my house while she was in Kansas, she told me she was going to kill herself out of aggression of the situation while it was happening. And I'm just going to leak everything because I don't really care. This is the situation. I told her that a stalker's at the house. I'm freaking out. What is happening? Can you call me? I'll call you. I literally want to kill myself. I can't take this anymore. I feel so alone and like a problem.
Okay.
So, just want to show this. She was also using the I want to kill myself a lot in our situation and relationship. This is while I had a gun pointed at one of her stalkers. This stalker who was at my house, his background picture was Emerald, and when he talked to the cops, he was in love with her and thought that she was talking to him.
I think what she meant is
It is disgusting what these stalkers can do. I will say this.
I don't think this is
The
using
fact
as
that this guy
leverage.
came to my house,
That's my read on
and the
it.
result of it was a cop brought him down the street to a QT, which is a 7-Eleven, 15 minutes away, and that's all they did.
wonder if
is
he's
terrifying
live
for those
right now.
girls and terrifying for the situation in general.
Trust me, I know.
It's because this is Exorcist live.
Sorry. I knew that the relationship wasn't healthy at this point. I knew we had to end it and soon. One day, Emmy posted a very provocative picture, one that she knew I would hate, and she posted it to make me upset. She admitted that she made me upset with it, and we got into a heated argument, and I broke up with her. We broke up for about a month, then got back together because we thought we can make it work. We went to get food at BJ's, a common place where we would get food, and then we went back to her house. We cuddled for about 30 minutes and started to kiss.
The BJ incident.
She said that she was okay with this on her stream, and I started to advance to the next stage because I thought that's what she wanted. She yelped, and I immediately sprung up and was scared if I did anything wrong, or did wrong in general. I got scared and left the house. I apologize if that made Emmy uncomfortable for me not saying sorry, and I wish I said sorry back then.
I think it's like a big like read the room moment type thing. But yeah.
But we got back together soon afterwards. And during those last few months where we were fighting, we were still fighting, but it did feel like the relationship had good progress. And we were both agreed we need to talk about our future. Since it's been 3 years. We should see what we want, and Emmy had an idea to write down everything we wanted on paper. I'm gonna let everyone know that what I'm about to say is very true.
Chad, you know your relationship
This
is
is
in the
exactly
fucking
what
dumps.
happened,
When you
and
pull
she
out
cannot
pen
argue
and
this.
paper, trust me.
One day, after staying over Emru's house, Emru made me breakfast, and she wrote down everything she wanted. She wrote she wants me to move closer to her. She wrote that she wants me to marry her, and she wants kids with me in the next 5 years. And I just looked at this letter that was staring in front of me, and I just handed her back the paper. She began to cry, and I told her, I'm sorry, I just can't do this anymore. I knew we were just beyond the point of toxicity in the relationship, that our trust had completely died, and that we had so many issues that I couldn't deal with it, and I was not mentally well. I walked away. I went to her door, and as I opened it, the last words I ever heard her say is, "Don't go, I love you."
Yeah, I mean, that could be fear of abandonment. It's a pretty common theme.
That week, I made flights to Japan because I didn't want to sit around and wait to possibly get back together again. I have never talked to her in person since. I have messaged her numerous times wondering why I have been removed from OTK, Discords, and I was very scared because I didn't know what was going on. Nobody was talking to me or contacting me, and I have had so much regret. Times where I wanted to go back, times where I've drunk messaged her love letters, as you saw on stream. But after 10 months, I know we're much better off without each other. I did see her at a party once at Simply's house. The house was very small, and I opened the door, I said whoops, and proceeded to talk in the other room about what I possibly did wrong, and began to bawl out and be depressed because I just saw my ex-girlfriend. I want to make it very clear. I was not following her, nor lingering around her. I was with others the entire night. The house is about 2,000 square feet with about 50 people there. I, of course, was near her, but I was never following her.
We'll put that on ice for now.
This year,
out of all the stories, I think that one's the least.
This year has been very hard
probable.
for me, and I'm sure for her. I even went to Japan and drank every single night just to sleep. Going from being with each other for 3 years straight and trauma bonding to be completely alone is such a difficult thing for both of us. I began therapy in February of this year with EMDR therapy, something she recommended me when we were dating. I'm very happy to say that I feel better than ever, and I've gotten a lot of the stress I've had away. I've also moved from Austin myself, and I've had a lot of trauma lingering from there as a whole, and I feel a lot better from that.
Yeah, no, those two already.
I truly hope nothing but the best for Emmy. I know she said a lot of these things today, and I do believe a lot of them are false, but I do hope nothing but the best for her, and I'm sorry that any of this happened. I hate that we're in this situation, and I hope that she can move on. We were in a toxic relationship. I saw that. I've realized over the years of 2 relationships now online that I'm a horrible boyfriend and I have a lot to work on for myself. I've been single for the past 10 months and I plan to stay that way. I'm continuing to go to therapy and work on myself, not just for me, but for the people around me. Okay. That's it.
Well, I think
If you're wondering if it's scripted, the answer is, of course it is. I wrote it out because I
it's
cannot
only
freeball this.
it's only
This is a very
fair.
serious situation. I want to make this real.
Bullet points would have made him look a little better.
That's
than text, but
I am going to stand up for myself. I am going to defend myself in these situations. I am not going away. I have no plans to go away. And I believe a lot of the situations today were absolutely exaggerated. I have dozens of photos and videos, calls and messages as well, if she has them. I have things I will be leaking over the next 2 days of other people, of other things. I have a lot of messages that I have that I'm going to expose as time goes on, because I do believe that this is a time to go fucking buck wild. But I want to make it very clear. When it comes to Emaru, when she says that I was getting ready to go after her and that I was going to use her rabbits against her, that was never the plan. My plan for myself was very simple. If Emmy were to say something about me, I would say something back. That's it. I never had a plan in my life to go after her or do anything. It was if she ever said anything, I would say something as well. And that's completely understandable.
I need to get ahead of this. Definitely should kind of package a lot of
Can you
bad,
clarify
like,
what, if anything, was said to her
controlling
team at
shit as being, like, a
TwitchCon?
shit boyfriend
I
and
said that
controlling
if she
Andy.
goes after me, then I will go nuclear. And that is exactly what I said. And that is what's going to happen. Because you can't mess with me anymore. I don't have anything to lose. I'm sorry I don't. Go after me all you want. I have nothing to lose. And I will say this proudly. Emaru abused those rabbits. She did. And if you're in Austin, Texas, and you want to say that she didn't abuse those rabbits at my house, you're lying. You know she did. She abused those rabbits and she let them outside.
Well, all I gotta
It's
say is
disgusting.
Mrs.
And I
Hell
didn't want this This is not something I planned on bringing up in my life.
fucking dog shit.
But it's something that she
What does
claims
this guy
to
say?
do,
This is randomly
and people are
going on.
trying to defend her from that. Like Asmongold, where he says that one of her rabbits she took and brought around. What about the other 6 rabbits that died?
6. Yeah, but
As for what happened with me and Emaru,
Thank you.
it is a very. I mentally have been fucked up for years,
who's
and
it
I'm
at?
very proud of myself for working on myself.
Who's it at?
And I think leaving Austin was the best thing, not just for me, but for everyone around me. I do believe that.
What was that?
I fucked up a lot, and I'm never gonna not admit that. And I realized I need to be alone.
How's it going, everyone?
I never got
Doing
kicked out
7
of
days
Austin,
to
Texas.
die.
I left myself.
I was telling the Discord, sorry.
It's hot in his room, right?
Ray
It's got my
sounds so
computers and
corny
shit.
sometimes, it's funny as shit.
You're still
People are
mentally
gifting
fucked.
their subs. Look at- You see the chat?
I'm absolutely mentally fucked. I have been slowly working on it. I do feel like I've been getting better. I feel like I'm very calm right now. I don't feel stressed. I don't even feel angry. I feel that every day I'm trying to learn more and more and do better. But I'm going to stand up for myself in a lot of these situations because a lot of it was not true. And I don't like that she was portraying that it was just me who was at fault. It was a toxic relationship, and that's what it was.
Yeah, like I said, I think you gotta put the knee on the ground on the issues of like being a shit boyfriend and controlling, and his boundaries were.
Why was
above the
viewership
line
so
of,
important?
being like normal.
I will bluntly say this,
and it's
and
bad.
I'm very
Trust me,
honest.
It is bad, but
I was, and I still am, but
It's
I
not
very much
insane.
was someone that was massively obsessed with streaming and viewership. And when my cancellation happened, and even before it, I mean, it's something you guys know. I've been massively obsessed with streaming and viewership over the years, and it's disgusting and it has ruined my fucking life. It is something that I am envious of others. I am angry at others because of it. It makes me jealous when I see others doing well, and it has made me realize that I am, I'm never happy for someone else if they're doing much better than me. You guys know this
that's
is true if
very
you watch
honest.
my old stream. I've always been this way. I've been very envious of other people.
Guys, that's 80%
And,
of anybody that streams.
It's a problem.
And then
It's a serious. It was a,
95%
I'm definitely way better than I was now, or I am now. But it's a serious problem that I am still working on to this day. I am not perfect, and I fucked up with that. I've been this way for a very fucking long time, where I'm a competitive dude, and I think I'm very competitive with streaming because I really care about it a lot. I've sunk my whole life into this thing. So
It's very
But you
like
did act on it,
fun.
though, wasn't it?
Did you really
Bad
drive
parts.
150
You guys
miles
were
an hour?
together.
I'm gonna
having
say this
sex,
very
kissing,
clear.
whatever the fuck.
If you know me in Austin,
And then you
Texas,
guys are not
I
talking
drive
for a
fast
while.
everywhere.
You see each other, you talk.
I drive fast literally everywhere. I'm in an Audi
thought
R8
it
in
was a certain
Austin,
way.
Texas,
She
where
didn't like it.
the freeways are
He
open.
jumped
I
off.
drive
I don't
fast.
know,
all the
it's
time.
weird.
Yeah, they're pretty open.
That's the only thing I think she really got on me.
Was it?
I don't even remember what situation she was talking
Was he
about.
He's
doing
also
it as
weird,
a
like,
way
when he's obsessed with
to be
shit.
scary and to be threatening?
We were in cars with each other
Or
all the time.
was he just doing 150?
I remember one time when
off
she
of
was
Why-
in
why
the
would
and
I
it was
talk
common
to
day
the
stuff.
airport?
That's
She was
different.
in her blue
That's
Corvette,
very different.
And she
Very
started to
different.
speed when we were on a straightaway when she was getting mad, and she stayed quiet.
And rabbits, they die quick.
I don't remember the exact speed she got up to,
Like,
but we were
guinea,
definitely
like if
flying.
you scare an animal,
And you get like a heart attack.
they get heart attacks. Yeah. Freaking, I had this guinea pig that I always took care of. Give it to David.
Guys,
his
150
cat
for a guy
scared
like
it
what?
and it died.
Like Stable Ronaldo is nothing. But his car is basically a plane. He lifts off the ground on the highway, buddy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
People literally like hunt rabbits and shit, and ducks. Rabbit season, duck season, like really.
But I'll say this.
My brain is
as well. I have no problem admitting fault. The person that I was during that relationship, and I would say the Mizkif in Austin, Texas, is fucking disgusting. I hated myself. I hated this person that just sat there all day, stressed and angry and mad at the fucking world. I hated being this upset person because I know you are who you hang out with. And I definitely changed Emmy in a lot of ways and made her very stressed as well and mentally the situation we were in just cataclysmic.
My body, I don't know if it was my breathing or what.
I was a very toxic
body
person and I knew I
really
needed to get out, so I broke up with her. In fact, I broke up with her twice. The first time I broke up with her, I really thought it was over. And the second time I broke up with her,
like twice in my face.
was forever.
Headbutted.
I did message her a lot.
I'm sorry, I don't got time.
Primarily for OTK stuff, but
she needs her own.
there were times
princess
where I
bed.
did want to go back to her. I'm not gonna.
I think I want to do the bed
I was
for
drunk.
Christmas.
I thought I needed to.
And
But, I mean, this is pretty typical breakup stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
maybe the dollhouse, if no one gets it. I want Michael to.
Going back to when you broke up already? Yeah, that's typical.
That's it. I don't think there's really anything else to talk about.
It's a strong house. Like,
I think we should get her a kitchen
What do I think? Listen,
mom was getting it.
for her house.
the reality is that if you break down the points themselves, then the important points, you kind of brushed over them really fast. It's missing a little bit of context here and that. So
leak something.
It kind of makes me kind of.
This is something I think that we went over.
The
and
bad and malicious side of it, more than the it's nothing.
Maybe we can sell the.
And also a lot of it
I
is
am glad that it is
being just a shit boyfriend and a very flawed person.
That's it.
But
Mini kitchen.
that's where I'm at.
Half a kitchen. And we could put
So,
real, a bigger, real kitchen.
that's it. I said what I had to say. I appreciate you guys listening, and I will be back. I'm not leaving anytime soon, but I'm gonna go relax. It's been a pretty rough day.
Is he logging off?
No, we're not doing top 5 on that one. Okay. All right. That's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I will keep defending myself as time goes on. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys as we keep going. I appreciate you guys, and I'm yeah.
Let me a script. Interesting. I think they've been interesting. Like I said, I feel like this is my actual POV. This is my actual POV.
Oh shit.
As I stand here, okay. Like
Maybe when we're done with the thing.
when somebody's telling a story, when somebody's telling me their a diversion of things. When I was watching Emmy, right? Vashi is really bad, right? So you never
Let's
want to
start
like
using that
devalidate it
to,
because
like,
maybe they're underplaying it,
and test out the
overplaying it.
camera. So we
I'm
can
just
do
listening. Okay, I'm just listening, right? That's what it is. I'm listening. I'm taking all the information for what it is and what it seems to be, right? And then when I hear the other story, I try to find what if that wasn't the situation. I try to play that in my head, right? I think there's a few strong points in this thing, and there's a few weak points. And here's my take on a few weak points. The few weak points is the things that were, in my opinion, important and severe, right? It kind of brushed right over them. It kind of went over. Oh yeah, no, it was like this. I took on not addressing it. Like let's say the throwing stuff, bottle and phone multiple times to the point where she was bruised, right? And then in his explanation, oh yeah, I would throw my phone like this on the bed. Not enough. On that point, weak point,
The thing is, he's been through crazy shit with his ex.
There's a lot of people that are listening.
Where, like,
they
she's
would be
trying
on
to
the
take
side
his
of
cars
it
and
was
shit.
probably a few times
Remember that?
malicious because he's dodging the bottles acid pretty much.
And she was trying to claim all
and
this
how
shit,
that would
right?
extend to hurt somebody. And
he's always
even
using
if
it.
it did hit somebody, like
Miss
even if I
Kiss
did it didn't hit somebody, I wouldn't really
West
like,
Coast
do it
Customs
again.
shit,
But
and he
doing it over
helped
and over
out
again
with,
to the
like,
point
the
where
bill.
it hurts them. You kind of brush over it. I'm gonna have to kind of. I'm not making calls here. I'm not gonna go. Oh, you're an abuser. I'm not gonna do that. But more on the side of truth on that for sure. You know, that's just my POV. I'm trying to be the voice of reason. We're not being like a. I'm not being
He's
a
a perfect
guy
guy
to
to
like
like shit up, bro. Like,
I'm being
okay, I think you got your
because
take.
a lot of stuff will probably change and be malleable. Yo, this is my take. I feel like he took accountability for some positions that he has to, right? Which is a strong point, I guess. But in the eyes of the public, this will always be a weak point, and it should be because it is. What I mean by that is, let's say when Jonah Hill, you guys remember that? When Jonah Hill, the actor, came out, or his girl came out about him being controlling, he said, "Oh, don't post pics in a bikini, whatever." You guys remember that? Jonah Hill? You guys remember this?
Remember that shit?
The actor. You guys remember that? So when that happened, right? My take was, guys, I have to be honest with you. His behavior is controlling. It's a shit boyfriend. He's an insecure bitch ass. That you like or love, whatever, right? And these are his boundaries. You say, listen, if you say somebody, you meet somebody that you like or love, whatever, I want you to and not be with any boys ever on anything, even in real life. It's over the top. It's fucking, that's fucking crazy, right? But that's their boundary.
Because I
They're
think
telling you,
Aspen is
listen,
biased.
you want to be with me? This is my boundary. At that point, it's up to you to accept
Because he's
or
on the
not
side of Tectone
that
and
boundary.
Emerald.
And yes, I agree. It's an
And
off
he's
boundary,
like,
and I would never,
what the fuck
I
on
would
this
never
kid?
want to have this boundary on anybody. It's not something that I have, that I do. But that is still, in that context, his boundary. It is up to the people that are around him to be like, okay,
You know what, like-
this is something that I'm okay with, or I'm not okay with. If I'm not okay with it,
This kid was definitely a
right?
dude, right?
If I'm not okay with your boundary, but I'm like, guys, I'm still gonna be with you,
Like,
whatever.
have you
right?
ever seen like the
And-
content
and
before
I'm
like
gonna
movie
breach
came
that boundary.
involved, right?
Now I'm wrong.
He was with Maya.
This is how it works in personal
And
relationships.
Maya
Now that would make me wrong.
took over his house.
Does that make
She
sense?
made that shit a
Because
zoo.
somebody's
Right,
opened up
literally, she was
with their
making
boundary.
these rooms in the house
They've set the blueprint.
And
to guys.
she was like,
before we're gonna
how
date,
do you eat?
this is how
She was putting
things
emus,
have to be. You
baby
don't want that. We
emus,
can't be together.
with eggs and shit
somebody
in
says,
a
okay, I can do
little
that.
room.
And if they don't do that,
And she has a whole sanctuary
guys,
and shit.
I mean,
You know
that's
what I mean?
how Andrew.
And she came from
So,
nothing.
hold on,
Let's
I'm
give
not
50
saying
shit,
anything about
right?
this yet.
He grew a lot of people shit.
That's how
And
I
then
see the world.
This chick, Emerald,
When I hear his
she was
side of
with
the world,
another streamer,
right?
right?
I think you should have done
And
a
then-
better
then
job at saying, guys, my behavior was controlling. That shit was off the rails. My boundaries were far the fuck out, way too far out, right? As they shouldn't be, but that's what they were. That I'm kind of an insecure person. I don't
Emerald
know.
was a streamer.
I said strong
right?
point as
She
in
was nothing at that point.
really letting it
And then
sink
she
in.
started getting
You're missing the point.
sponsorships and shit.
Somebody
right?
can
And
say,
then
yo, guys, I did
as
this.
soon as he broke up with Maya and she moved out, she
I'm
moved
just giving
in.
you, like, my perspective on how I receive information.
You know what I'm saying?
And how you talk to people and how that's gonna play out. And this also goes into
So
the
it's
PR
weird. It's kind of
world.
strange. Like
I
these
think
girls
it's
and their
important to
tactics and
pause.
shit. I don't know.
Say, yeah. Yes. This
But
is
I'm not-
awful.
I don't know.
But that's who I am. That's what I do.
It's weird.
And
This kid is like on a
all those
left
things
leaning
gonna
dude.
become
He was
just
friends with
that.
Hassan, and
It's all good.
now he's
Like,
like gets
guys, I
Hassan.
disagree with you.
There's some weird niggas, right?
That's how I see it.
They weird as hell.
So then,
That's all like LA shit. Like they're left leaning emotional writing.
All the stuff that she said after the debunk or whatever. 'Cause, I mean, I'm
It's
not
crazy.
the debunker chat's gonna get mad at me. It's gonna get weird. It's gonna be like the old days. Then I'm gonna be the guy.
And then they shit on people like
I'm a
we're
fuckhead.
grown, we're married, got kids.
But
Like
I think a lot of
the right way of doing shit gets shit on, and all these people, all these fucking streamers on some weird shit.
And I feel like if
Like get married, create a bond,
establish that as a boundary
trust.
not to post very early on.
These
first
fuckers
year,
don't know shit about like
and they were together
trust
and
and
been around for
loyalty
like
and shit.
years together. Here's my take. I'm going to assume that she knew and accepted that boundary. So now we can make whatever you say about him, and you'll be right. You say,
I'm not subscribed by until we gotta wait 30 seconds. I'm hungry, bro.
I may not know
You full?
ball like you do, AI,
You full?
but now I
You
don't
not
need
hungry?
to. I just gotta follow you on my Prize Picks feed,
Hey, you
copy
ready
your
to go home, huh?
lineup, and I'm in.
So you just out here copying the answer.
Shit, I got
Always
shot
have.
too.
You know, copy the crossover, the sleeve.
No.
I got cornrows, though. I got sense of scale. Attitude.
Yo, what you doing,
No?
man?
All right, I won't.
Told you to stay out
Another
of my
one?
stuff.
I borrowed your toothbrush. Is that okay?
Download today. New users play $5 and get $50 instantly in lineups. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
it's still wrong though. Guys, what if I got a new girlfriend and I said, yo, my boundary is that you have to be wearing full armor every day if you're in public. No, it's all good. You don't have to. If you go out in the public, whatever,
We kinda
you
want-
have to be in a
want
night
to do
armor.
next.
You have to be wearing full armor with the fucking helmet. You
or
have to do it.
collage type shit. Cause you've been doing collages.
It's gonna fall out. Chat will be like, "Are you fucking brain dead? Like a full armor? Like, are you like a medieval cup?" And I'll be, well, that's fucking
One
insane.
piece
Yeah,
or,
but
like a full
that's
image
kinda
of
my
something.
boundary. You know what I'm saying? Right?
That would be hard.
If they decided to dress in full armor for 3 years,
Yeah, because you gotta match
okay,
the shadings.
and then
all
they
that
go,
shit.
"Oh, guys, they made me dress in
You
full
should
armor
get
for
the
3 years."
Pokemon Mona Lisa one.
Well, that changes the game entirely. It completely makes the dialogue
I mean,
from one thing to the other.
Pikachu
And I think
changes.
that's where I'm trying to make it.
Never seen that one?
I'll make it a transfer of the energy that how it will be received was one thing. Now it's a complete different thing.
1140.
So that's how I approach it. You get me? So I think that I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the truth lies in the middle, definitely. As in, he makes it seem like it was only boundary or whatever, and it seems like when I was into her, it was more like, oh yeah, he was doing this, he was doing
No,
that.
not-
I think it's probably a little bit of a wiggle room in the middle. But I don't fucking know. I'm not. I'm making my take with the information I'm given. That's it.
Am I tripping?
What
Is it
can I
not?
do? What else can I do?
This-
I'm not gonna fucking be a weirdo. Oh, we're on the nice stuff. I think we're on the nice stuff. What else is there?
Pikachu.
I think.
What is it?
Depending on
Poncho?
the perspective, I think rabbit stuff is one thing. It's like. What else? Yeah. So I do absolutely think though that with that in mind, that the what was I saying earlier on? The throwing stuff around. I gotta be honest with you. More than likely malicious, for sure. And he would have to atone for that, right? Or completely debunk it, which would impress me. But I'm not trying to be rude, right? Like I'm not trying to be like assumptuous or weird about it. I think definitely more than likely. Okay, you guys are gonna hate my take, brother. Can I be able to do? About the essay thing, you guys are gonna. I feel like it's not. Even though my take is rooted in complete reality, I feel like people are not gonna want to listen.
I don't know. I failed
Because
to search it.
it's a moment where somebody
I could have
is,
sworn it was like a Pikachu or
obviously
like
went through some trauma. Obviously
a head band
Emmy
thing.
was
It looks like Mona Lisa.
spilling her heart out, right, and giving her a story, and I respect that. I gotta respect that. And with what she said as an event, I can see how this plays out
Folder shit up there.
for him and for her in their own perspective, right? And
Come on, do this thing.
be in a way where nobody's completely far
wanna
out
feel my
in, like,
phone?
the absolute wrong. Because it's a big read the room moment, and if both don't read the room, and Miz doesn't read the room at all,
That shit look comfy.
right? Him standing up kind of absolves them of misreading the
Like
room.
yours better?
Sorry, that's my take. My take is that, okay, let's say,
I like
I'm
mine.
starting to get used to this one, and I really like this thing.
Yeah, that's nice. I like it.
I
I like the texture.
I'll
of it.
I'll give you my actual take then. I'll give you my full take then, and then I'll explain it. Okay,
I'm good with mine.
let's say
this is
you're
like,
deluded. Okay, you're
was ready to
horny.
buy it
Let's
anyway,
be honest.
but I
Most
said
guys are.
anti-yellow.
I get it. Give me a chance to explain.
Stand my shit up. You
Let's
can't.
say you're a horn dog.
No, when I put it in, I gotta have it safe.
Hold on,
Put
hold
on
on.
shit.
You need to
It's
hold
easier
on.
to turn. Like this
Okay.
makes it easier to turn.
Then
Like,
some traumatic thing happens, right? Some crying ensues. Clearly, it's a heavy moment,
and it's
right?
thick.
It's a heavy moment for her, definitely,
Gets it dropped.
right? And she's having probably a hard time, right? And she's being emotional, whatever, right? She probably expects to be given time, understood, comforted with words of
Like
affirmation,
the shape
some
of
form
it?
of comfort, whatever, right?
Yeah, sick.
And then she doesn't get that, right? That
Yeah, just
is what if
feel that
since
shit
I was
with
watching a stream,
Pokemon and
that's
gaming
probably
shit,
what I was looking at, right?
Games.
She's probably having a hard time, right? And she wants something positive. Yes. Interesting. Okay, good. Next. His perspective. Guys, I'm trying really hard to really break this down and how this plays out. Because if you don't do that, your take is irrelevant. If you cannot articulate how this plays out, then you don't understand the context well enough. I'm trying to understand it. He probably thinks, oh yeah, she's crying, she needs comfort, whatever, right? She gets close, does
Sometimes
the...
I'm like one of these niggas is like reacting to it, just because it's gonna go crazy viral. Boopy, go to sleep. Don't rub your eyes. No, she's sleeping. She's looking the biggest shit there, right? She needs her own bed, bro.
We need to move her bed next to ours, at least extend.
I don't think she wants to sleep in that shit. I like the bed, the princess bed with the thing around it. Huh? The canopy, yeah. Makes her feel safe and shit.
There's a bed that I saw that I thought she would like.
Huh?
So there was a bed that I had saw that I thought she would like.
I was thinking if you guys, you don't want to be too close to the windows, we move it to. We're gonna put that in our room.
Her what?
She's not there yet. That's like 5 years old. She's 3, so she could be in our room another year or something. We got a big room. Not like we got some tiny ass shit.
No, I know we have decent enough space
I
for.
wanna. You seen the one I want, right?
Oh, the princess crown on the top.
I think so. I forgot. Why am I using this shit? I want to do another shot.
Sure. What time do you want to go to sleep?
So those are good. I'm chilling, babe. We don't get the way we work, bro. This is like a beautiful Saturday night. When you chill tomorrow, come home early. You know what I'm saying? soon as we get up, let's just get rest.
Yeah, I figured that.
Eat some breakfast, head out. Be there for like a solid hour or
What did
some
we say
shit.
we were doing after? Oh, going to. We're not carve pumpkins, right?
I want to do some videos and shit. You want to do videos or no? Like this, record our shit. I don't know if we should just do like her name, like Nina the Destroyer. Just make that the channel,
No, I mean, I love it.
but have us on it, and then as she get older, she can take it over. Right?
Oh, Luna the Destroyer, my baby. She was so big. When she got scared and she was like, "Mommy, pick me up," I picked her up and she just felt so massive, and I'm like, "You're just a big 3-year-old. You're still such a baby." When Lucian was sitting on my lap, he was so tiny. Like I just.
How
felt
behind is he? 6 months?
6 months, yeah. He just felt so small. Like he took like a little portion of my lap, and then like when I went to like hug him, he was so like.
He's probably gonna grow in like 6 months too.
No, my mom says that boys, take a little bit to.
You're always smaller than than Sam. Until I got to fucking like middle school or some shit. Took me a while, so a fucking minute. Cause Sam was tall.
Well, probably doesn't help that he's in the lower percentiles too. He's not reaching his milestones with growth.
I don't believe that bullshit. She's basically learning to talk on her own and shit. Like, no one is giving her ABC lessons and shit.
So good.
They be bullshitting.
Yeah.
I never even went. We never.
A couple times with her, and that's when I was like, I can't. Everything they said that they fucking made me have a heart attack on just within weeks dissolved.
Lucian is gonna skyrocket probably in like a year, and he's gonna be talking. Then she could have a good play partner.
Yeah. If they can just get along.
I don't think they'll ever get along.
I'm not gonna go there.
I played this game.
I'm not gonna go.
Is it like a Halloween edition? Cause I never seen this shit here. Yeah, look, they got a pumpkin. What the hell? They update the game.
I'm not gonna go. I just don't want to. So I'm gonna wait it out. You have to go. There's just no way anybody with survival instincts would walk towards that. I refuse to believe that that's my fate,
Can you hand that to me? Sorry, I'm just like enclosed here.
Guess we're at a fucking stalemate. Who wins, chat? Me or the demon? Demon thought I couldn't resist the temptation, the curiosity to go over there. No, I can. In fact, everything in every fiber of my body is telling me not to go towards that right now.
I really do think that drinking that milk this morning is okay for
It could possibly be. It could possibly be. But she barely took it.
She needs your help? Like, I'm not. Hey, bitch. I'm not here to help her.
I'm not saying that you're wrong.
I'm not here to help her. You're white. You have to go check it out.
But this is a good test. You know what I mean? Like, no, like now I won't give her shit. You know. And she's already used to this. She's like water.
He doesn't scare me.
Like, I'll give you a little bit of that.
The supreme dark dragon in all his glory.
No, it's hella sugar at that point.
So we picking more on these QBs? Is that the right play?
Marshawn, that's the only play.
Okay, I ain't know you were
She
so
doesn't.
that action.
She does these vitamin D vitamins and shit.
Yo, I
She don't
radiate
like
action, dog.
milk in her life.
In months prior, right? And then I get a
Kids
call
need vitamin
invited
D and
to
they can't drink milk.
somebody's house. That
Get
person,
the
of
little
course.
Flintstone tablets.
No,
whatever
shut
the
up,
fuck,
man.
and give her
Right? I read the
vitamin
room,
D. That's what
right?
she has.
As yo,
You can also get
this is
vitamin D
going
from
to
the sun.
escalate, right?
She needs to
Right?
go out
And
walking
I
a lot.
could have been deluded, but I wasn't, right? And that's how it happens a lot with breakups. Is what it is. And I know if you don't agree with me, you've never had a breakup. It's what it is. Does that make sense? Like, I was like, okay, yo, what's up? Yeah, we haven't been together in fucking 4 months, 6 months, whatever, right? I don't know who you are anymore, low-key. But I'm in your room and I'm thinking, Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm in your house, right? And I'm like, I feel like this might and could escalate. I kind of want it to. That's what my brain said. Oh, maybe I'm delusional. Less blood is in my brain, because some of it is in my pen, right? I got less to work with. I'm almost more primitive. Now.
Why do
I'm in 2025, right? But because of the blood flow, I'm in the cave ages. And that's most men. That's kind of what they do, though. Like, it's kind of brain dead, right? So if somebody says, "Oh," if somebody the person said, "Yo, we haven't been together in 6 months. I mean, don't even come close to me." Moron. Jesus.
You know?
My bad. I didn't read the room. I'm a fucking dumbass. My bad. I was only here to, I don't know, get my pair of shoes I forgot 6 months ago.
But you need
I'm
passes.
out.
See, imagine we go to that
Right.
shit.
That's one scenario.
Hey, did you sign up for
But
the thing?
I was
Like,
deluded,
oh, no.
right? Which at the time, let's say I
Well,
was.
you need a QR code to come in.
And it was like, oh yeah,
Before
anyway.
that shit comes in.
And then
10 a.m.
I'm like,
to
oh, this
6
might
p.m.
escalate. Well, it did. It did. And it happens. And that's, I noticed,
Let's see what
with
beer
stories
we
of other
got.
people,
Fuck it open.
it's a very common theme. It happens.
So
So
what's
creating distance of like,
I'm hoping
okay,
that-
well,
that
this person hasn't been
they
with
have,
them,
like,
whatever. I mean, I
one
can
piece is
entertain a
over
scenario
here,
where somebody can be deluded,
you know.
that it will and want to escalate. Act on that. Is that a bad take?
I think you can get way more hits off Pokemon than anything else.
Guys,
Okay.
something I'll tell you though.
What?
Something I'll tell you though.
I think you'll get paid more for Pokemon.
I don't know what it is about, but if you've been in a breakup before,
It was like the
and
hit
you
rate
go to their
is
house,
rare more with One Piece and
your body is
Dragon Ball
weird.
Z because
Hold on, don't,
not a lot of
please don't
people
cancel
playing
me.
it, so they're not gonna make
There's
it.
this,
Like,
this weird energy in the air.
they should,
It's like
but
the
Pokemon
air
got
has like
different labels and
electricity
shit.
in it. You're like a deer in a brightly lit parking lot. You're like, I don't know what the fuck
What I want you to do,
is happening, but something
House
is
we're gonna be
happening.
together.
I don't know what it is.
Pokemon thing.
It's like that.
You go look for your Looney
You know what I mean?
Tunes, 'cause we're
You
gonna
don't know
do this.
what, you don't know when,
And then
you don't know if, but
I'm
there's
gonna be trying
something
to hustle
going
my
on.
shit, my
You
music.
can almost touch it, and
And
it's
if I
almost
can
you
get what I
feel it on your
want,
skin. It's
mission
a real thing.
accomplished within like fucking 30 minutes. You know what I mean?
He doesn't
So
scare
next time you
me.
have that money to go.
The supreme dark dragon in all
Not trying to
his
open,
glory.
but like a good $100, it'll be alright. Huh?
Math, history, social studies. It's all been leading up to this moment.
Life is short, but lunch is shorter. That's the Lunchables effect.
Cornwood. I didn't follow GTA RP.
You
If I were to be an RPer, I would be a taxi driver. I'd be like,
Taxi-
I Uber drive because a snake bit me and I don't have enough health care.
You know, taxi RP is good RP, actually.
America.
Taxi RP is good
I
RP.
came to America. I came to America to live good life. But then a snake bited me.
It didn't bite you.
Snake bited me.
Bited.
Snake bited me.
No, I feel like you would say
super rigged.
But
can't win anything.
Snake bited me.
I think they'll say bite, not bited.
What?
I think it's a. I don't think they'll say bited. Like sometimes you just know. Geno Cyber, think with 69 months, and Beefy Taco 74 months. Sometimes like you know, like I can't explain it, but like sometimes you know like the certain ways that certain languages will mispronounce certain words.
Yeah, I don't know that.
You ready?
Like you just kind of like you get a feel for it because like bite is
like this.
Snake,
Go to bed.
snake, a snake, a snake,
A snake is good. A snake is good. No, but you wouldn't say bite it. You just say bite.
A snake a bite me. Yeah.
Hey, on Twitch?
Twitch.
Yeah. Do you watch Twitch?
I mean, sometimes, yeah, I'm just curious.
Yeah.
You want to say hi?
Hello.
Hey, she wanted a blooming onion. Yeah, because she's
Are they
not
good?
Monday.
I don't really like the blooming onion, to be honest.
Okay.
I like the cheese fries. But,
Oh, nice.
yeah, I'm just curious.
Cool. Yeah, so like you would say bited. There, you wouldn't. I don't think like Iranian you would mispronounce like bit as bite. I think it's a bite. He bited me.
He bited me.
He bites me.
He
You wouldn't say
bited.
I don't think it's a bite.
He bited me.
No, you wouldn't say that.
No, but I say it.
No, but that's Swedish.
He bited.
Right?
Just. Hello. No, fuck. Why is my Persian English so bad? It's so bad. Hello.
It's snaky bited.
Welcome to my taxi. I am. Who are you? Who? How would you say? Who are you? Who are?
Who are you?
Who are you? Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you? All right. See you, Valdez. How are you? What am I saying?